Hello everybody, welcome back to another Saturday Skin Showcase. I'm your host Hedge, along with my co-host over there, Mr. MICRØ. We have a few groups of skins to look at today, which we'll review from both a gameplay and a Steam market investment point of view. First, we'll take a look at this week's Rust item store rotation, and we'll follow that up with a look at any workshop submissions from the week which could be viewed as continuations of existing sets. We hope that this information will properly prepare us to make informed investment decisions about both upcoming and existing Steam market items. Now, if you have any insights of your own that you'd like to share with us, please feel free to contribute to the Twitch chat, the discussion right over there. Hey, Twitch chat, how you doing? So feel free to come visit our streams and, ask questions during the stream and whatnot, offer your own opinions. You're more than welcome. But if you can't make the stream, you're more than welcome to come visit our investing Discord, which you can see in the description, in the YouTube description. Everyone's allowed to join, of all levels of experience and whatnot, whether you're brand new or very experienced. Everyone's welcome. Mr. MICRØ, how you doing over there? Are you as angry as your little friend to the side there? Cool, he's raging mad. Look at him.
Right. Is he mad or just hungry?
I don't know. I don't speak frog. We might need to get a translator for that, but very surprised to see him arrive this week because, as we did mention earlier in the week, that frog was actually submitted quite some time back, but we'll talk more about that a little bit later because, Mr. MICRØ, I do believe we should start off talking about this interesting looking door to the side over here. MICRØ, let's begin. Gentlemen, as we can see, we have the continuation of the Toxic Wolf collection. Mr. Zinc succeeded in getting... I should move my arm. Sorry about that. Hedge, what are you doing? Get out of the way. I'm looking at a cool-looking door. Be gone. For if you mess about, the wolf might come back. Get a good look at his teeth. Get a good look at the scratches, the saliva, the colour. In fact, to really get a good idea of what this all looks like, how about we just make it darker and darker, and now you can see it all stand out ever so nicely. Get a good look at the lighting, get a good look at how it all appears to come out, that little opening right over there. Get a good zoom in on that. Yeah, so this right here, very cool submission, and of course a very nice acceptance into the game. We saw two versions last week, but it's the glow-in-the-dark version that managed to get accepted. Yep. And then you look at the claw marks and you can see all the nice bump work that's been done there. So, Mr. MICRØ, do you know what we should do? We should see if you can walk across it, hide underneath it. Let's just go do that. Let's do our glow-in-the-dark door check. So, Mr. MICRØ, he does a little crouch across. How about you sit right underneath it? Is it super noticeable that you're there? That might be a good one to do. So he sits still. If you didn't move so much, yeah... people probably wouldn't instantly know. The whole door kind of technically glows to a sense, and yeah. So yes. And then let's just make it a bit more brighter. Oh, we're gonna make... Oh yeah, I forgot about this bit. Yeah. So as we can see here, get a much better look as we turn around to the sides and see how the light reflects on the skin. See how the claw marks stand out ever so poignant. Yeah. You can see the bump work there for the bottom part of the mouth. The top there. Yeah. Get a good look at all of that. Nice piece of work, Mr. Zinc. Nice piece of work. So, gentlemen, do you like what you see? Have you bought yourself a Toxic Wolf door yet? Mr. MICRØ, your opinions, good sir. Do you like the work? Do you like the bump map? Do you like what you see?
Yeah, he did a nice job adding a bunch of variety in the details there. There's certainly a very toxic kind of element to all these designs. And it's got a few elements that are kind of stylized a little bit, which makes it sort of feel kind of modern. Maybe, I don't know what to call it there, but he's got some, he's got a lot of different design elements that all work together to give it like that theme. So I'm not quite sure if you would paint like this, if this is painted on or if this is like manufactured that way, but the fangs and the lower I guess this is teeth down the bottom, too.
Yeah,
huh?
it is a lower
Yeah.
jaw, as if the mouth has, like, burst through. And then, yeah, because that's where all the saliva comes from, MICRØ.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So, yeah, looks like we're starting to see a whole lot more Toxic Wolf deplorables being made. So we've recently, towards the very end of last year, we saw a sleeper bag. Now we've seen a sheep matador. Let's see what happens next. I wonder what Mr. Zinc will be making next. But for now, in terms of investment, well, this hasn't sold that much. After 2 days, it's only done like 7,000 sales. Not ridiculous. I think after these past few weeks, where we've had a ridiculous amount of sales for the previous Rustore rotations, what with the likes of the Stone Door and all the clothing that we've had, and the Abyss Garage Door last week, I just think people want to, like, chill out for a bit. They want to calm down. This is a cool-looking door, but it isn't getting that many sales. So if you're sitting there thinking, well, surely that's based on demand. No, it's probably because people have already spent so much money over the past few weeks. This right here does not look like it's got a whole bunch of people buying them in excess. It does not look like it's getting a stupid... Like, it really does look like everyone that has bought it purely wants to use it. Like, it's much more closer towards demand. So as time goes on, this very likely will be rising up in price very comfortably, especially if we do see some more Toxic Wolf deplorables potentially being accepted. The more deplorables that appear for the collection, the pre-existing ones only become more and more valuable. And then hopefully, maybe at some point, maybe Mr. Zinc goes ahead and makes Toxic Wolf clothing and armor. He has tried before. Maybe he'll try again. What with this success he's had over these past 2 weeks? Let's wait and see. So, MICRØ, any other final words that you might want to offer before we move on to the next deplorable skin?
Nope. I think we kind of said everything we can here. Let's move on.
Right. So this loud little guy over here. Let's get a good look at him. Get a good little spin around. Now, one thing that we haven't really mentioned too much recently was the fact that we also keep track of, when skins are submitted and when they get accepted. So for the likes of that Toxic Wolf Sheep Matador over there, that was a typical pick. That appeared 2 weeks ago, and then after a week of, the copyright checks, curation and whatnot, it was put into that German guy's top picks list, and then it was accepted. But this one right here... This was extra late. This was submitted back in November of 2022, and it got accepted this week during March 2023. So, a bit of a surprise to see this guy appear, but let's just now start getting a good look at him at night time. You only see his face. Just want to point that out to you. If I spin around, there's nothing that really sticks out from the back here. If I go above, you can see there's nothing at the top. He's just a very, 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 very angry little frog. Or toad. No, it's definitely a frog. It's called Frog Furnace after all. So yes, let's get a good, better look over there. He is very angry, and would you like for him to be on your base? Well, first of all, some people will sit there and say, ha 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 ha, it's a funny angry frog. I want that. And you might sit there and say, oh, does that mean it's going to be a good investment? I don't think it's going to hold up forever. I can see the joke part of it probably earning it a decent amount of sales, but even then, this hasn't really had that many sales. I am cautious about it regardless. So this has had like 8,000 sales so far. But with all the furnaces that we've seen so far this year, they're not looking good. I have mentioned this previously for all the previous furnaces that we've had. Corrupted, Dungeon, the Lunar New Year one. Yeah, last year, with all of the 2022 furnace skins, they all went below their Rustore price at some point. So this at $2.49, you might sit there and say, oh, but it's funny. Well, how long will it be funny for? For you, if you like it, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it. But we're looking at this with that financial perspective. We're talking about if I were to buy 30 or 50 or maybe even 100 of them, would this work out to be a very nice investment in the future? Oh, sorry, Mr. MICRØ, I just slapped you. At the moment, our angry little friend here, I'm just not super optimistic about it. So, Mr. MICRØ, do you have any words for our angry friend to help him not be so grumpy? Do you have any kind words in regards to his appearance?
Honestly, I didn't realize what those little bumps were on the sides, but those are like his legs, his knees sticking up. If you look at it from the back, you could see like the texture of the back of the frog, like the shape of a back of a frog. I don't know how many frogs you've seen, but
that's as back as it arches inwards.
Yeah, right. And then if you look at it from up above, it actually does kind of look like a frog sitting in a, I don't know, not really on a stone base, but sort of like in it, almost like he's in a cup or something. But
yeah, no, no wonder he's angry. He's stuck in an egg cup.
So that aside, like the legs and the texture work and like the modeling of the different like shapes that sort of give it that frog aesthetic, like I think he did a great job on that. It's a really clever idea. Really, honestly, even though he looks angry, I think he's really cute. And if you get to the camera down low and look at it from down at an angle, you can see he's got like a uvula in the back of his throat or in the back of his mouth.
Oh yeah, he does. Hey.
Yeah, maybe that's his tongue. Maybe that's his little froggy tongue. But now there was another version of this. This was like the version without the tongue. On the first version he submitted, the tongue actually came out and wrapped around the back of the head, sort of. And I thought that was really funny. I'll have to say that I think I like this version better. But I'm glad they went back and picked this because this is a really well done and clever sculpt, and I like the texture work too. Frog skin is not easy to kind of get that right, but he did a great job. It looks awesome.
I shouldn't touch it. I don't want to get warts on my hands. Oh no. But yeah, Mr. MICRØ, if you could just turn that off. I just want to see what it looks like with the lighting on. So if I go to nighttime, can't see anything, but then well, bam. Oh! That looks a little bit goofy. So, yeah, that's our froggy little friend over here. Ooh. Oh, look, he's pogging out his mind.
Oh, yeah, and if you look in the mouth with it turned off, that the uvula not glows, but it's extremely bright and visible. So, I think that's really funny.
He's an opera frog. He's a pog frog. You know what? I didn't realise. I've only just looked at it now. He's quite literally a pog frog. Oh, I want him now. I want to buy him now.
If you go look at the comments on the workshop page, I typed that literally exact phrase on the comments. Pog frog.
Pog frog. Pog frog. Pog frog. Well, good job there, Mr. Ideal. Maybe that will give him some nice motivation now. This random acceptance might motivate him to make some more frog skins. That pretty much is exactly what happened with the likes of Odyssey.
I'll tell you what, a lily pad rug would be dope. That would be awesome.
Yes. If we could have the heart rug, surely we can have a lily pad rug. Perfect idea. Yep. We can give him all his little froggy friends, and then he can be happy from there on. Then, but the point, the one, I've lost my. No, here we are. Yeah, Odyssey. So Odyssey, he randomly had his Elite Crate AR accepted, didn't he? And that was a submission that happened like 2 years before the acceptance. But it motivated him to go ahead and make an MP5, Elite Crate MP5, and then he went ahead and made Elite Crate Tier 3, and then recently we had Elite Crate Hoodie and Pants. So something like that can really give them some extra motivation and really potentially get us a whole bunch, maybe a whole collection of skins. Let's see what happens. So chat, by all means, as I said, if you like the skin itself, go ahead, buy it, use it, enjoy it. Do you want the Pog Frog? But in terms of investment, I'm still fairly cautious. He's a cool little guy. It's nice to see something like this be accepted every now and then. And as I said, it being an extra late pick. What have you done, MICRØ? What's this?
Nothing. I haven't really done anything there. What I'm showing is the stock default furnace. But one thing that's worth mentioning here is that he went to the trouble to like properly model those bricks that are down there. And I don't think this is like he reskinned the stock bricks. Like he actually went and mapped those, modeled those out and did the maps for him. You know, a lot of times we see furnaces that sort of ignore that part. They just let the factory or the stock geometry stay there. But he's got his own unique bricks here, and I think that makes it extra special.
I was also going to say, with the bump mapping he's done for the legs and the warping of the mouth and the side here, and of course his eyes and his brow, I guess you could call it a brow. Yeah, he did all of that himself as well. So
oh yeah.
he put the work in, and he was rewarded. So, gentlemen, Pogfrog, do you like him? Yes or no? It's up to you. Go ahead, buy it, enjoy it, use it. Get yourself a nice little grumpy friend to cook you lots of metal and sulfur. So, yeah, all good. Mr. MICRØ, that was the only deployables of the week. That means we have to start showing off some weapons and tools. Shall you go get yourself nice and... I don't want your coal. It's not Christmas yet. Go away. Right, let's start showing off some weapons. Starting off, we have a continuation for the copper collection. Wabam! Looking very nice. Mr. Duck got his AK accepted. It's the copper AK. Get a good look at that. Little aim down the sight. It's dark yellow. Probably not the best for the grassy environments, but for everything else it stands out quite nicely enough. As you can see, I can spot a head over there. Bam, 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 bam. Easy, easy. So, yep. And, of course, we'll go to nighttime real quickly. Do a quick little zoom in on that. You can see a little bit of the light there reflecting, but if you go right into darkness, you cannot see a thing. Of course, it does not glow in the dark. Mr. MICRØ, would you like to strike a pose? Actually, first of all, I'll just reload this real quickly. Also, Fertilizer 3000, thank you very much for those words. I did acknowledge you, I didn't know when was the best time to say, hey, thank you very much. And I did it right there and then. So, Mr. MICRØ, how you doing?
Doing just fine. Now, put your hands up and get on the ground.
I knew you were going to say that. So... This potentially might be the first in a series of copper-related weapons. Yes, because this isn't actually the first one. No, it is the first one. It's not the only one, is what I was meant to say. It's the first one of potentially a whole batch, because we do have another one to show off, don't we? Yes, but we're going to save that for later for the workshop continuations. As of now, let's just get a good look at what we see here, and let's just make it darker. Yes. And this, we got the police on the side, the nice... what colour is this? It's not green, it's not yellow, it's... what is it?
Grello.
Grello, yes. Enjoy the Grello, chat. The Grello just... Come on. What is it? It's like police pea yellow?
I think you might call that chartreuse.
Police pea yellow sounded more fun.
You know, you asked, and then okay, we'll go with police pea yellow.
Police pea yellow, yay! Wait,
I'm gonna call it chartreuse.
Chartreuse. So yeah, cool design, Mr. MICRØ. Could you show it off more to your side if we can? How about I go from this angle, get a bit closer? Yes, and you can get a good visual on all of that, gentlemen. As he spins it around to the other side. Oh, you've got a nice little shiny panel there, I notice. Let's just zoom in a little bit with that. Could you just do a little wiggle? Whoa.
Here, hop on and look at it back here. You'll see that nice and shiny and bright.
So, from down up here, I rise. Get a good look at all of that. I move back a bit. Zoom out a bit, and yeah, gentlemen, that is the copper AR. Do you like what you see? Do you enjoy it? Would you like to buy it? By all means, go ahead. Pretend to be the police. Raid everybody on your server. It's all for a good cause. You're here to serve and protect. Now stick them up and give us everything you got. Right, so, Mr. MICRØ, any kind interesting words that you might want to offer for the AK before we move on to the next weapon?
No, I did mention this, I think last week when we were looking at this. It was something I think Duck was trying to get sorted out for a while, you know, how to make the theme of the clothing and that style work on weapons. And, well, I think he did a cool job with this. It's nice and clean looking. It's very, you know, sharp, you know, and clean. I guess those are the adjectives that come to mind. He's got a little bit of normal work here, well, quite a bit actually, and I like how he's integrated that checkerboard, that blue and gray checkerboard kind of reflector strip on there. I wish we could do retro reflectors in Rust. That would be a cool texture, but not that you would want that. I mean, that would give away your position pretty badly at nighttime, but still, it would be a cool like shader to have. Anyway,
I do.
Yeah.
Go on.
I don't know. I just want to wrap it up by saying, I think it would have been smart of me to bring in the copper set, the rest of the clothing and whatnot, and show this off all together, because it definitely does like really fit the theme really well, and it all, it just completes the look.
One thing that I will point out, that's actually a good thing to bring up. We did see quite a lot of people jump in with the appearance of this little guy here. Lots of people did jump in and buy out some clothing and armor. We did see that.
They sure did.
On the Thursday, loads of people jumped in, bought out a whole bunch of them. You could see them on the front page, usually an indicator that a lot of them were bought during the moment. So, as I was alluding to, this looks like it's the beginning of a weapon set. And it looks like Copper Collection could be getting a little bit more popular because of this. But in terms of the AK itself, the skin, will that hold up as a good investment? I have to be very cautious. This is the 5th AK to be accepted over the past 5 Rustore rotations, the past 5 weeks. In total, we've had 10 Rustore rotations, but we've had 8 AK-47s accepted so far this year. 8! It's ridiculous. MICRØ's very good at protecting the neighborhood with his weaponry. Yes. So.
Oh, that was me shooting protest shots for all the AKs we've had. Although I like this. This may be my favorite AK of the year so far.
It's a very cool, sleek design. If anything, it's got a great chance of being fairly reasonable and holding its value. Because unfortunately, as I said, we've had so many accepted this year that by default, I worry about it already. Like, I don't think it's going to hold up its value. But if we do keep seeing more, and if the copper set itself keeps getting bought out, I think it's got a perfectly fine position where it, at the very least, will hold up its value. So one more look on your back. Mr. MICRØ, let's now proceed to talking about the next weapon. Right, so off we go over to here, and the next weapon is the first Dragon Rage skin to be accepted in all of 2023. It's the Dragon Rage Crossbow made by a little ranger. Ow! Why? 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 Why must we be this way? Why? I'm going to go sit next to my new friend, Mr. Pogfrog, alright? You're so rude. Anyway, get a good look at that. We've got the dragon on the side. All on the left. On the other side, you only see his tail. So if we could just go to nighttime, and as we can see in the darkness, you cannot see a thing. It is pitch black. So yep, nothing helpful in regards to nighttime. And Mr. MICRØ, hello. How are you doing? With an arrow in your head.
Hedge, I've got something on my mind. You want to take a guess at what that might be?
An arrow? Damn, that's straight through you. I hope you can hold it up for the rest of the stream. But yes, this is the first Dragon Rage skin to be accepted in 2023. Last year, we were very crazy for this. Throughout the first half of 2022, we saw tons of Dragon Rage skins being submitted and accepted. But then after that, after around June, it just kind of all stopped. There weren't any more acceptances. Little Ranger did move on to some other things here and there, but now he's probably thought, you know what, I could come back to this. I could make a return, and, well, he did. He got his return. He finally got his skin accepted, because before this we had, like, the SAW and whatnot, didn't we? And, well, we got the Crossbow here now, and maybe we're going to see a whole lot more, because there were quite a lot of skins that he submitted last year that weren't accepted. And, yep, let's get a good look at that dragon, yes. In fact, if I just press this, get a little bit more zoomed out, and then I'll slowly get closer. Yes, he's a very angry little fella, isn't he? But if we were to turn around to the other side, the opposite side, Mr. MICRØ, as we can see, we only see his tail there. So, not too crazy in terms of colour, not too crazy in terms of design, but it's perfectly fine the way it is. Mr. MICRØ, any opinions that you might want to offer for our little crossbow friend over here?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice and simple and straightforward. It's, a clean black design with a couple little mechanical details here and there. On the bow itself, there's some various textures, a couple little, I guess these are leather straps. And of course, the gold dragon with its own sort of stylized shape, and he's done a nice job with all of these, getting that same look and feel, like all the pieces all work together real well. So seems to be a fan favorite. There seems to be a lot of people that love the Dragon Rage set. I can't say I blame them. It's pretty clean looking.
Well, it is the third best-selling skin so far this week. But overall, it has been a quiet week. But yep, we've seen all of it. Gentlemen, if you like what you see, by all means, go ahead. Buy it, use it, enjoy it. It as a investment, I feel, by default, with crossbows, and I did see this pretty much with all of the 2022 crossbows, I do believe that in the long term, this would actually hold up quite nicely. But during the whole rest of this year, we've got another 9 months until the next post-Christmas, I think it might be struggling around its rust-or price. So up a little bit up, a little bit below, $2. Yep. And on the back, Mr. MICRØ.
Oops. Well, I was a misclick. I went to go put this laser on.
Oh.
And then
yeah. I can't see. I'm blind. Right. But yep. Get a good look at all of that on the side there. So yeah, by default, long-term investment, because it's also part of a pretty much established collection. We already have all of the clothing and armor for Dragon Rage and whatnot. I do believe that this will probably hold up very nicely when we hit post-Christmas again obviously next year. Now, we do tend to have a nice summertime as well, so summertime, I wouldn't be surprised if this holds up quite nicely, goes into the positive, but I do expect this, at the very least, to potentially be going below its rust-or price at some point. So if you're going to think like that, if you want to buy a bunch of them, maybe it's better off that you do a buy order instead. But when times are good, crossbows are good, and we did see that very recently. At the moment, the only crossbows from 2022, for the example I'm using, the only ones that are still up are the Comics crossbow, which has a lot of usage for the snowy environments and whatnot. But then you got 2 that came out towards the very, very end of 2022. They're getting pumped, so they're anomalies. All of the other crossbows are now in the negative. I believe we've had a few crossbows that have appeared this year as well, Mr. MICRØ. They also are in the negative. So, yeah. Just to be nice and prepared in regards to that. But if you like it, by all means, use it, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the creator. Right then, Mr. MICRØ, let's now move on to the next weapon. Don't you dare...
this is a very minor detail that's probably not consequential in many ways, but you'll notice that he has deleted the foot strap off of the front of the crossbow, which, like I said, doesn't really change anything in terms of gameplay, but it's I don't know, maybe something that people are interested in. You see that stirrup that goes through the front? You would put your foot on there for drawing the bow, and well, he's made that transparent here, so it gives it a little tidier of a look, I think. And
only those with strong arms. Only those with strong arms.
Yeah.
So yeah, just saying. Yeah, just saying.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything about the view when you're holding it. So.
Oh no, what happened there? You shouldn't have changed your view too much. Oops, didn't see me.
You should really work on your trigger discipline, Hedge. You just accidentally shot me. That was an accident.
Yes,
I know it was.
Indeed it was.
I know it was an accident.
It didn't fart out of my hands, much like this custom SMG. What? It's the good boy custom SMG, the first custom SMG to be accepted this year. Gentlemen, gaze upon the naughty little dog. As he farts in your hand.
He's not naughty.
He's a good naughty.
Boy. He's a good boy.
It is a continuation of the good boy collection, I guess we could say. Yep, we're going to be getting a little pug dog on our skins. Not sure what's next, but we're going to have to keep an eye on it. Now, the first one had the little on the on the trigger. On the trigger. So basically, it might be a case of he's going to change it up ever so slightly. Maybe it's because the dog was too small and he couldn't get him to stretch all the way around there, so no trigger fun this time. But maybe it will be a different type of pug dog all the time. Maybe we're going to see... I don't even want to question ideas for this. I'm just going to look at you, Mr. MICRØ. I don't want to think about it too much. But yeah. Yes, get a good look at the naughty little dog as he farts in MICRØ's hands. I hope you wash your hands after this, Mr. MICRØ.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm also wearing my gloves.
Yeah. So, are you a fan of pug dogs? It's completely unrelated in a sense.
I'll tell you what, I said before I like Duck's AK, but the Good Boy AK was a close second. That was probably my favorite while that was the one in the store. I liked that AK. I thought that was hilarious, a really clever joke, a way of integrating the design with the physical features of the weapon and a little bit of humor. That's what Rust is all about. I think he did a really kick-ass job with the AK, and well, It was he did a nice job here with this SMG, especially keeping the dog on there, making him sort of a little naughty. But you know, dogs are so cute, even when they do things like this, let out unpleasant smells. He likes to
go dee.
Well, with the AK, yeah. With this,
you can't do it. So yeah. Oh, whoa, he's up, down, left, right. What's up? Right, so, Mr. MICRØ, would you like to put it on your back? We'll just quickly discuss doing a little reload. Very cool. Put it on your back. Yep. Now he's farting up to space. Look at him fly. It's the pug rocket. Whoa, where'd he go? Where'd he go? What happened? Where'd he go? Yeah, MICRØ, you should have not reloaded that right there and then. He had so much pressure built up. Anyway. Right, so, custom SMGs. This is the first custom SMG to be accepted this year. Okay, so... in 2022, we had quite a decent amount of them being accepted, but if you were to go look at all of them right now, they are all in the negative, even the blackout one. So, this is more of a case of, with the totem pole of, usage of weapons, the gun demand itself, and people actually wanting to use these guns and whatnot. It's not very high, is it, Mr. MICRØ? It has its uses, but in most cases, people are going to want to use it for... use other weapons instead. It does have its use up close and whatnot, but yeah, by default, custom SMGs itself not particularly used or wanted to be used that much. Therefore, skins not wanting to be used that much. Therefore, skin prices down. Yeah, it's unfortunate, and that is unfortunately one of the main. Pretty much the main reason why this is most likely going to struggle. Now, it's not like the AK, where we're oversaturated with AK skins, as we just saw with the likes of the Copper AR, but like, right now, you might sit and say, oh, but it's part of the collection. The Good Boy AK is down by like 42% already. That only came out like 2-3 weeks ago. So, it is in a bit of a bind, it is in a bit of a struggle at the moment, where this doesn't look like it's got a great future. It's abnormal. This is abnormal. This is selling for like $2.49. It's a fun idea, Mr. Victor Trigger. You're definitely getting very creative with them. I hope he doesn't go back to the dilly. I hope he does something completely different with the next gun. But, like, I don't think as a whole it's going to be what helps keep up the value. And unfortunately, as MICRØ said, a lot of people did appreciate it. It's fun, goofy, and silly, the AK. But even then, the AK still went down below its price. So I will sit here and say, by all means, if you like the skin, buy it, use it, enjoy it. If you're looking at this with that financial perspective, I don't think this is going to be doing super great in terms of investment. So, buy orders are probably the smarter approach. Mr. MICRØ, do you have any other extra words that you might want to offer?
The only other words are that I like what he's done with the bone design, like the little bone pattern that you find around the handle and on the magazine. He's made good use of the various layers here with the spec gloss layer to give that a different shine or a different tone depending on the angle that the light hits it. I think that's a nice little extra feature that spruces things up and gives it a more dynamic design. It's not just a static image. It's actually a couple different layers that work together to give you some different effects there. So nicely done, well thought out, well executed, and very cute.
Right then, Mr. MICRØ, let us proceed to the next weapon. We have, if I could bring back the daytime. No, not that one. This one. Hooray! We have a bow skin. We have the construction site bow. Oh, it's transparent. What's going on here? Well, this was all in the vision of making a bow in the style of a crane. You've seen what do we call them? Work sites? Building sites? I'm not sure what Americans call it.
Construction site.
Construction site, that's what you call it. Yes. So construction sites. You've all seen a crane. You've all seen the warning stickers that you see right on there. That's a clever little addition there, and it's rusted. The paint's kind of thinned out, worn off, and whatnot. it's cool in a sense for what it's, you know, referencing. In terms of super flashy, probably not, but hey. It does the job. So, real quick, nighttime. As you can see, this does not glow. Reflects a little bit of light there, but yeah, this does not glow. And then we move over to Mr. MICRØ. Good day, good day. Could you hold that to the side? Take aim. Take aim.
I have to just get an arrow real quick. Okay,
yeah, sorry. Sorry, I didn't realise you're low on them. Right. Oh, okay. Hey! Well, it's probably because you keep shooting at me. Okay, so there we go.
You know what I like about this is the bowstring resembles a cable that you would have on a crane.
You know what?
To lift the load.
I can see that. Clever little thing. That's a good job there, Mr. Dark Schneider. That is a good job right there. So, yep, as we go from the bottom bit here, you can see the worn out paint. You can see some rust. It's all wearing off. Then you got the hazard tape, we would call that. What would you call it, MICRØ? The tape all around the handle bit.
Yeah, caution tape or whatever.
Caution tape, yeah, that would probably be a bit more appropriate. Then you've got the little warning picture. Caution, machinery crossing, yes. Cobalt, little cobalt stamp right there. So, yeah, I think he achieved his idea. I think he did a very good job of it. I believe he's done an exquisite piece of work. It's, again, not the most flashiest, colourful bow skin that we've ever seen, but he had an idea, he stuck with it, and it worked out very nicely. And I've just seen Apple Juice made a little clip of you jumping away when the pug farted, so well done, Mr. Apple Juice. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
We'll keep that for later. So it's a cool bow, great usage of the, a meaningful usage of the transparency. He had an idea, he stuck with it, and I think he accomplished that. So yeah, cool idea for a bow skin. And then you might sit there and say, okay, cool looking bow. Does that mean it's going to be a good investment? Well, from what I've seen, there are, out of all of the bow skins, a few that stand out. They're very colourful, they're very notable, whether it's like the comics one, the Azul one, Rainbow Pony, Tempered, they're all shiny and noticeable and colourful in their own way. And unfortunately, quite a lot of the newer bow skins that get made every now and then, they just aren't super flashy, are they? By default, they go down in price. It is an unfortunate thing to see, especially when I sit here and say, wow, this looks really cool, I like what he's done here and whatnot, but I have to look at this with that financial perspective, and I will sit here and say, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes below its rust or price. But what I also will say is, do you like the skin? By all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, and show your support to the skin creators. This is what helps motivate them to keep thinking up creative, fun ideas. Who would have thought to make a crane? A crane-themed hunting bow. Well, it just takes one Mr. Dark Schneider to think of something so silly, and you know what? We should feed him with motivation. What else can he do? Maybe he makes deployables out of this. That'd be silly. I do know that there's more as well, because we don't only have the bow, we do have a continuation, and we'll be seeing that in a bit when we do workshop continuations. But for now, if you like it, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it. But with that financial perspective, I just wouldn't really recommend getting a ton of them. Maybe it's better off that you do buy orders. So, MICRØ, do you have any words yourself that you might want to sit there and say?
I think it's cute. I mean, it's a clever design. The cutouts are. It's the first time I've seen a bow with this amount of cutouts to it. I mean, I don't think that's going to make a big difference in PvP, but some people like to think that it will, and I won't stop them. So. We don't have too many orange sets. I'll say that much. And
no.
It was just a week or so ago, or maybe 2 weeks. Head Skipper was in chat talking about how we need more orange sets, and I agree with him. And look what we have now. Yeah. I'm not taking any credit for that. I'm just saying, that's just sort of maybe other creators are seeing that too. Maybe we'll start to see more orange sets.
Inspiration.
It's cool the way it's destroyed and destructed and looks aged and worn out. That's perfect for Rust, and I could see why this was chosen to be in the game. And I should point out, we'll show it off a little later. There's also a crossbow in the workshop. So
I was
maybe
alluding to
Facepunch
that.
saw that.
I was
And
MICRØ.
yeah, they
I was keeping it secret. Well, we'll have a little surprise later then, won't we? It's all right. Don't worry. It's all good. Like, we do see some more of this appearing, and we'll be showing it off a little bit later. So yeah, Mr. MICRØ, all good. Sorry, I didn't want that to come across as me being upset. No, don't you dare! Run! Wait, no, this is my body. Right. Yep. So that was the bow. Now we're on to the last weapon to show off. We have the chemical burn python, and gentlemen, this isn't very colourful. It's not super flashy, but, you know, he had an idea here, and you can see it. See how the corrosion on the plating, the paint over here, just to the side, you can see it stand out. You can also see with the light reflection there, how he has all the bump map to show all the corroded damage. A little bit awkward there, you can't get a good look at it, but just tap, tap. Yep. So, with its aim sight, I believe that's grey. Is that pink? It's like a very faint pinky grey. It should be helpful most of the time. But yeah, Mr. MICRØ. Oh, actually, first of all, night time. What do I see? Nothing glows, nothing glows, nothing glows, nothing glows. Yep. Mr. MICRØ, I'm going to take a real quick look at you, and I'm going to say hello. Do you respect or like... well, no, how should I say this? Because quite a lot of people just didn't really... I will be straight up with it. They didn't really care for this, and it is the lowest selling skin of the week. But as I was trying to get across, when you really do look at it up close, you can see where the work was put into just kind of really bring out this corroded design that it has. Now, if I just go to the nighttime, you can start to see a little bit better. If I just slowly pan around, so if I just zoom out a little bit, slowly pan around, you can see how it reflects the light and how it stands out. So if we just move ever so slightly, you can start to see it sticking out a little bit. You can start to see it reflect into... Yeah, there you go. It's starting to happen. Just a little bit there. And then, yeah. Now, if you were to turn all the way to your right, Mr. MICRØ, so we can just see it a little bit better. Much like what we have... Yep, that's it. Perfect. So what we'll do, right, Mr. MICRØ, if you could just slowly bring it to your left and your right. Yeah, it's not super noticeable this way, I've noticed. It is when I have it right up close by myself, but yeah. That's it, gentlemen. That is your chemical burn python. It's a little bit awkward, but I will actually have to come right over here as well, just to get a good look at the light. But when you aim it, when you have it on the side here, you can see it might be hard to notice. Maybe, you know what, I will offer a little bit of a critique. Maybe the idea of this chemical burn gimmick probably wasn't the best on a python. It's not super noticeable, but I can respect what he's tried to do. And hey, we got one skin accepted. There's a good chance he might try and turn this into a collection. So, yeah. What's the best way, do you reckon, I could get a good look at the shine? I am kind of struggling with this a little bit.
I mean, I don't think it is particularly shiny, so I'm not sure what you want to show there.
It did a little bit for me earlier, but hey.
I mean, where I'm standing on the stage is pretty bright. I mean, just in the sun, if I move it around, I don't know, doesn't strike me as being particularly shiny.
Maybe I was just tricked, but yeah, if you can just kind of see that when it go from shade.
The sight actually is kind of reflective. That picks up light in interesting... When the light is right, that stands out and gets very bright. And then at other times, it's sort of just the standard Python sight. So maybe there is a little bit of element of shine on that.
Oh yeah, it does light up pretty quickly. Sort of. Right. If you could go back into position, Mr. MICRØ. Strike a pose. Look pretty. Sorry about that. I was just trying to uncover it, like try my best to really get, from what I could perceive, get a good look at the corrosion. But I guess my eyes just played a trick on me. Maybe my eyes are corroded, MICRØ.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, but hey, he had an idea. He went with it. MICRØ, do you have any opinions yourself that you might want to say in regards to this?
I don't have a ton to say. I mean, workmanship wise, it's got a few little interesting textures. There's sort of like a dimpled pattern on the back strap. There's sort of a grooving pattern. I guess that could be like a tactical rail that's meant to be like underneath the barrel in the front. I'm not sure what exactly that is, but otherwise it looks like some just really like worn out thing that's just, it's been laying around for years in a slightly corrosive environment. Faded paint, sort of etched away, worn away. Looks like something you might find, you know, in one of the monuments around here. So it definitely does look like aged and distressed, and has a very rusty look and feel to it. It doesn't really stand out for me in terms of it being like flashy or cool looking, but it certainly does kind of feel like it fits the game. I'll tell you that. So
yeah,
that's about all I could say.
So, you know, not every single skin in this game needs to be super colourful, super wacky. It doesn't need to have a farting dog in it, no. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to just have a more realistic, grounded approach like this. So it's nice to see it. It's nice to have a sense of variety. But in terms of investment, this is actually in a weird position, and I'm questioning bringing it up, but I guess I will. There have been instances in the past where the lowest selling skin actually tends to be very vulnerable to manipulation. Now, I'm not encouraging this, but like, if you bought a couple and just waited and see what happened, like, you know, instantly I will sit here and say, wouldn't be surprised if it, but with actual demand, it goes down in price, because yeah, this is the lowest selling skin of the week so far. We have just over 2,000 sales at the moment, which is, well, a lot lower than normal. But like, if it doesn't sell that much by the end of the week until the next Rust rotation, a lot of people might be looking at that and they might be jumping in and they might buy it all out. And that actually happened very recently with the likes of the Wasteland Sap, and we have talked about this. It's not something I would push for. It's not something I personally would be jumping into. But we are seeing a lot of manipulations in the Steam market at the moment. There's just tons of random skins that have appeared over the past few weeks that are suddenly getting bought out, and then suddenly it's going up in price. We are in a bit of a weird position. Like, you've seen it as well, Mr. MICRØ. We're constantly keeping an eye out. We're seeing the random skins here and there, where we see like the initial jump in, and then it suddenly goes up to about $5-10. It might happen, but by default, I will sit here and say, with the actual genuine demand, I don't see this holding up very nicely in terms of a profit. Now, by all means, if you like what he did here, if you respect what he's done, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, show your support to the skin creator. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, sorry, I've zoomed a little bit too much there. What might happen with this? But yeah, I didn't really want to talk too much about that, but we have discussed it before, but this is the showcase, so yeah, let's just focus what we see in front of us. Right, so, Mr. MICRØ, I do believe we've gone through all of the newest skins this week. I believe we've shown off everything that was the weapon. No, the weapons! We've done with the weapons. What am I missing? MICRØ, what is that special?
Some clothing. Some clothing remains.
Clothing, yeah. Something that's going to keep you nice and protected. Not the loot leader, no. We need that ever so lovely looking Hardsuit hoodie and pants. Get a good look at the shine. You are the tin can man. No, seriously.
Oil.
Yeah.
Oil.
Yeah, well, you might end up corroded like that python, wouldn't you? Oh. So yeah, Mr. Shedmon, congratulations. You've got your first skin accepted in quite some time. It is potentially the beginning of a new collection. What we have here is Hardsuit hoodie and pants. Right now, these are the top selling skins of the week at around 9,000 sales. So 48 hours in, and these have only had 9,000 sales. This week is a very calm week. These are your top selling skins. They've only reached 9,000. Over the past few weeks, though, we had skins already selling about 20,000 after 2 days. So that's what it's been. Very ridiculous recently. And I think people are kind of a bit, exhausted. They've already spent so much money recently. They need to relax. And where are you going, MICRØ? Why are you running away?
I'm trying to show off the fact that the reflection is a large part due to the fact that they have these stage lights so bright.
Yeah.
So Yeah, this is not like a super light colored set, but because of my positioning on stage, it's picking up a lot of light. So if I back out here to you know, out of the direct light, you'll see it still does reflect a little bit. So maybe not the best for stealth, but pretty good for style. It's a pretty cool looking set.
Maybe you want to be seen, you know? Hey, domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, la 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 la. I'm sorry. He's a shiny, shiny boy. Okay, how about you go run off into the grassy area a little bit? Let's see how the natural light reflects off you. So if I were to just stand as if I was here, yeah, you do kind of shine a little bit. Not as noticeable. It's not super noticeable, but yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad from a distance. And then if you just gradually keep walking closer and closer, the stage lighting is really what's given you that shine. Yeah. So he does have a little bit of reflection here and there, but right next to the stage, that's what's making him ever so shiny.
Back your camera up a little bit. I'm just going to stand on the other side of the stage here, where this isn't really getting any stage lighting. This is just world lighting here. So you could maybe move the sun around a little bit, show that off. So it does still pick up some sun, you know, some glimmers and some sheens here and there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, hey, if you're a man of, if you like the idea that he's got here, you know, the metal plating all around it and whatnot, if you feel like that's your style, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it. By default, I'm curious for it because, as I said, it's the first of a clothing and armor set. And we know how this usually plays out with core pieces, that being hoodie, pants, tier 2 and tier 3 armor. If we do see more of it being submitted in the workshop and then potentially accepted, by all means, we will see that spike in demand. We will see that spike in price. That is the usual speculation anticipation phase. And yeah, like by all means, regardless, no matter what it is, they will still go up in price. There will be a spike in demand. And yeah, MICRØ, you're about to say something? You want to look at you? You want to... Oh, you want to do this then, do you? Okay, let's... Right, I got a shiny... Yeah, go on then. You want to do a little move around?
I mean, does it reflect shiny, bright light, or does it look more green in the reflection?
You still shine. Like, I don't see green on your body.
Follow me with the camera over here.
I am.
Just come over, get up close with me in the third-person camera.
Okay, then. Sure thing. So in terms of green, no, I don't see green lighting on you, no. But yeah, you're just shiny. Oh, do you want to see if we can see through garage doors with this? Ha ha ha. Much like the Black God Tsar fiasco.
That's that's a really good thought. You should be able to see it right here on one of these doors.
Yeah, MICRØ, we need better lighting. Turn around, I'm joking. I got the lights, don't worry. Here you go. There we go. Right, so let's go nighttime because then I'll probably be able to see it a little bit better.
No, there's no coherent reflection off of this.
No, yeah, you're not going to be able to see anything. Yeah.
Can you open that door behind me?
This one?
Yeah. Try the other one. No, I'm not seeing any action in the reflection.
Yeah. It's probably, yeah. So it literally just shines regardless.
Yep.
But
I don't think that's not going to be useful to do any exploits there with that reflection bug.
Oh, dang. No exploits to ruin the game, to make it super easy for us. Damn it. Oh, damn it. So, Mr. MICRØ, I do believe we have shown off all of the skins this week, that being deplorables, weapons, tools, clothes, and armor. We have done it all. Yes, gentlemen. What was your favorite? What did you like the most? Was it one of the deplorables? Was it some of the weapons? Or was it the extra shiny clothing that Mr. MICRØ wears? You tell us in the YouTube description. Now, MICRØ, what are you pointing at? Don't point at me. I've got the gun. Don't make me set the good boy on you. Right, so we're now going to guys, yep, we're now going to be moving on to discussing the workshop continuations, and yeah, so let's get that started in a second. Okay, guys, we're back. We're going to be doing the workshop continuations that we've seen appearing over the past weekend, and we're going to take a look at all the things that we have seen from collections that have already had skins accepted in the past. Starting off with what we see right in front of us, we have the Noir armoured glow and non-glowing door. So let's just get a good look at this immediately. Nighttime, wha-bam. Let's turn off the lights. Wha-bam. One glows and one does not. Take it back to daytime. Let's just get this nice and bright. So, it's always in the darkness. Oh, damn it. Mr. MICRØ, I'm going to quickly just move over to here, because one side, yeah, this has the nice lighting. And yes, it's a good look at the design of what we have here. The Noir detective rides his old fancy car with guns blazing on the side. I look up. He's got his badge. I look down. Got the cool little car design there. And then if we make it a little bit darker, you can see how it starts to stand out. When you compare the two of them, you can see how the glow-in-the-dark one... Come on, nighttime. There we go. Yeah, that one starts to stand out a whole lot more. There you go. Now this, full on, very, very bright. As we can see, I look to the side. I look to the other side. Yes. Now, MICRØ, with your miner's hat, can we take a look at the one that doesn't glow? If we could use the light source.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, so we can just give it a nice little pan around. Not a lot of bump map on this one, it seems. Not that I can notice. Seems to be very flat.
There's some rivets. That's about what I see. And honestly, I'm not sure if that's modeled on the door or if that's part of the geometry of the door, or not. But I don't think that it is. I just don't remember at this moment. But yeah, otherwise it is extremely flat.
Yeah, so nothing super standout to see. I do kind of notice it with the car lights.
Headlights, yeah.
Yeah, I did spot that. But other than that, everything else, it is mostly flat. So yeah, that is with the non-glow. But with the glowing one, yep, we do still have those, indents there in the car headlights and whatnot. But yep. We rise up.
Oh, and you know what? I had put them facing opposite ways so we could see the front and the back. What you're seeing on the right is the front of the armored door, and what you're seeing on the left is the... No, I guess this is really the front on the left, and this would be the back, yeah.
They're both from the same side?
Yeah, these are facing opposite directions right now. So the design is like mirrored fully. You can see the doorknobs are on opposite sides there.
Yeah.
Right? So the design is essentially identical on both sides.
Okay.
Which is unusual actually for an armored door. I think typically they're yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see how the tie.
Typically you have different designs.
You can see the tie's facing the other way.
This was when I first saw it. You know the copium meme where he's got the little huffing thing over his face with the tube. That's what I thought this was when I first saw it. So don't laugh at me.
No, he's a mysterious detective on the prowl in the night, trying to find the answers that he needs. Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is.
So, gentlemen, if you like what you see, please consider voting for it. It's on the workshop right now. It is a continuation of the likes of the Noir AK and Noir Python that got accepted quite some time back, made by Mr. Sodsender. So, yep, if you like what you see, please consider offering a vote or two, maybe a comment or two. So, yep, daytime, dusk, nighttime. Turn off your light, Mr. MICRØ, so we could get one more quick look at the glow-in-the-dark. And then we can do a little glow-in-the-dark door check. Mr. MICRØ, walk across it real quickly. He's going to spot you. He's going to find you, Mr. MICRØ. You can't hide from him. So yeah, whole door glows. Point made. So yep. Yeah, he's gone. Go then. Oh, yeah, oh, he really is gone. Right, Mr. MICRØ. We've shown off the first...
You know, as sort of plain as the design is in terms of the modeling aspect, I think the image is pretty cool.
Yeah, I would give it...
The whole, yeah, the stylized, like, gangster, like, old school car with the detective thing.
I will point this out to you. This is an armor door, right? We've actually seen the sheet metal door before, if you can't remember. I believe that was around December time. I swear it's the exact same design, but on an armored door instead. Like, from what I can vaguely remember. I mean, you know, loads of designs are literally just put onto the next thing and whatnot. So, you know, I can't fault it. But yeah, if for you to sit there and say you like it because you've seen it before. Right. So, well, you liked it back then. I've got it on camera, MICRØ. He's the detective knows he's got you on camera. He knows what you know. Your eyes are twitching, MICRØ. I could see through it. You can look on the other side, but we know. So yeah, gentlemen, if you like what you see, please consider offering a vote or two. No, yes or no vote, or offer a comment or two. Offer some kind words. It goes a long way of our skin creators. So yep. Mr. MICRØ, shall we proceed to the next deployable, or you can just quickly flip it to the other side?
No, this was the sheet metal door, just because we talked about it, and I guess we should mention it, show it.
Okay then, yep. So yeah, effectively almost the same design, but he changed the little wanted bit here, and then made the badge smaller. So hey,
he did have to make room for the hatch. You know, that's part of that design.
I just saw your head. Yeah, so all good then, Mr. MICRØ. Let's move on to the next deployable. We have Mr. Is it WAG or WAG?
It's changed a few times. W wagon or
yes, W wagon. That's it. Yeah, this has tricked me a lot. We should bring this up. This has tricked me a lot. The skin creators changed their names so much, and I keep referencing their actual the names they put each time. But yeah, we'll just call him Wag for now. But chances are he might change his name again. Those naughty skin creators.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
Yes. Hedge. Well, you can get your toes nice and comfy, Mr. MICRØ, because we've got this return of the Smouldering collection. Yes, we have a Smouldering Rug. Now, gentlemen, do you remember last year we had the likes of the Smouldering Wooden Door, Smouldering Large Box, and Smouldering Small Box? Oh, we're really getting it nice and toasty. How about we show off the glow in the dark? So, gentlemen, if we could just... MICRØ, your head. Look at its glow. Look how nice and bright it stands out. Only a portion of it, mind you, but yes, only some of it is smouldering, so get a good look at this, gentlemen. Do you like the idea that's being pushed in front of you right now? It is a smouldering rug. It's embers, not on fire. If it was on fire, it would be showing fire right now, wouldn't it? But no, it's been cooked, and it's slowly disintegrating with the fire. So yeah, gentlemen, do you like what you see? Let's just make it a little bit more dusk, so we just have more like a shadowy lighting, and yep, still stands out very nicely. So this hasn't had a skin accepted since like halfway through 2022. It's been quite some time, and Mr. WAG, Mr. WAG, did produce quite a lot of skins throughout the year, but he only managed to get like 3 of them accepted. So yeah, if you like what you see, please consider offering a vote or two. Please consider offering a comment or two. Show some support. If you like it, by all means, say something about it. If you think it could be tweaked a little bit, if you got some feedback for it, by all means, say it. It might not be accepted, but you could offer some very insightful words that could help the creator make a much better version too. So, yeah, just a little thought, Mr. MICRØ. Any words that you might want to offer for this little rug over here?
I don't have a ton to say. I mean, it's...
Well, how comfy is it on your toes? Is it nice and warm? Is it nice and pleasant? Oh, yes. Get a good look.
It is. Yep. Just now, I'm going to be tracking ash through the whole base, so yeah. Hope you're ready to clean that up.
Well, it's good for your feet, and well, I can respect the interesting design of it. Gentlemen, it's in your hands. If you approve, please consider offering a vote or two. Or a comment or two. A vote, yes or no, or comment two. I'm getting mixed up with that. Shall we move on to the other deployables, Mr. MICRØ? Shall we take a look at the first large box of the group that we have? We start here with a continuation of that control panel locker we saw not too long ago. That was accepted. Mr. Cubist made a very cool, would we say 50s style computer design? Yeah, that's probably it. 40s, old, very old computer style, very outdated. Cool aesthetic, but yeah, he's now trying to turn that into a collection. So yeah, as I pan around, you can see the silly little designs from age old. Now, I kid you not, you could probably still play Doom on that. I'm just saying, but yeah. But yeah, got the old computer style aesthetic. It's a bit grimy as well. We should actually point that out. It is actually like a bit corroded and worn out. It's aging, but still holding up. And at night time, you might have already noticed, but it does glow in the dark. All the buttons, the panels, all shine on in the night time. So yeah, cool design. I could also turn the lights on real quickly just to... Come on, turn on. Here we go. That was so awkward. Yep. You see how that turns on at night? And yep, hello Salad. Do you like this large box that you see here, Mr. Salad? Mr. Salado Matignon. I can't pronounce that properly. I try my best. You like it? Cool. Then you can go to the workshop page right now, Mr. Salad, and you can go offer a vote. You can vote yes or no. You could even offer a comment or two to the skin creator. Show some support. Maybe offer a bit of feedback if you think you could... if you personally think there could be a change. You get the idea, Mr. MICRØ. Give us a little move around and get a good look at the reflection. Yes. On the top, is there anything noticeable that changes as I move around? I don't instantly notice anything.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure if that's normal mapped, if it's got like a bump texture for the knobs and the buttons there.
I will see. I will say I did see it on the sides though. If you were to focus the front, I did notice it with like the grating here, the indent on the panels. I can see that he's got it on the front of it, but I didn't really notice it on the top. So.
We maybe just had a funny angle here, awkward kind of.
I do. Oh, there you go. I got it. Yeah, you can see that. There you go. That looks cool. Now you can see it all. You can see how some of it sticks out more. Yeah, I got it. I see it. Perfect.
Yeah, I think that actually does look very cool. I especially like how, and I said this before with the bow. I like how it has that very aged and distressed look, and the python too. It just looks like it has been sitting on this island rotting away for years, and I think it's a great match for the locker and just for Rust in general. Yeah. I like this a lot. Very cool.
So as I have said, please go ahead, take a look at the workshop page and do what you think is best. Mr. MICRØ, let's proceed to the next large box. We have Mr. Multi-Name, Mr. Multi-R-Hat, has produced a continuation of a collection. Technically speaking, this collection hasn't had a skin accepted since about halfway through 2022. If you can remember the antique black furnace that came out quite some time back, well, he's returned to it. He's made the antique black large box, and you got I like the little like tapestry all along here. The guy that's just sitting there shrugging with the bow on his back. That does look pretty cool. He did a good job of this. I will give that to him. He did a pretty funny little job of it. Supposed to be like an antique design. MICRØ, would you like to move around with your lighting? Let's turn off. Yep. You got to move more like in front of it, I'd say. As in move back and forth right in front of it. Because I can see like the slight little carvings ever so slightly, but it doesn't look like it's super in there. It looks like it's more textured, if anything, as silly as it sounds. Like, did you see how you have all those little indents there? They don't necessarily look like they're bump map. Not that I can see. When you move the lighting, it is.
Ooh, if you get in with the camera and move around, you can see it.
What am I doing? Whoa, hang on a minute. Ooh, this is not play. Oh, it's
Tap
happened.
your control key.
Right. Sorry about that. That happens every now and then. I have control. Fear not. So yeah, at the top, you can see that nice bit of... You can see a nice symbol there. I can see how that sticks out very nicely. Yeah. Not sure which is the right way up. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be this way. So yeah, nice little old symbol. And then we look more around on the sides. Just get a good look at what we see. More of the tapestry. Yep. And then you see the whole thing on this other side over here. Cool stuff. Gentlemen, if you like what you see, please consider going to the workshop page. Please consider offering a vote or two. Maybe even a nice... I keep saying it, vote or two. No. Please consider voting yes or no, or please consider offering a nice comment or two. Yes. Any words that you might want to offer, Mr. MICRØ, from what we can see? Oh, it's nice and shiny when you have the light on it there. I can see how some of it just sparkles. Very nice. Ooh. Yep. Any words, Mr. MICRØ?
Well, I do like the gold filigree design, and it does reflect light, you know, and it's maybe hard to really achieve the effect as much as we would like to see it, but when it comes to doing this with just PBR materials, I think he did a reasonably good job of giving it that filigree, like carved out gold leaf texture. And then, of course, the part that really sets it off is this mural design on the side with a cool glowing aspect to it. So, yeah, I think he did a good job putting this together and getting all the materials to work together and produce a nice kind of aged look to it. And this is called the Antique, right?
Yeah, Antique Black Large Box.
There you go. I think he nailed that.
Yeah. Good stuff. Right, so I think we've shown that enough. Shall we move on to the next large box, Mr. MICRØ? What is the name of this? Because this one's a bit of a... It's structured in a weird way, isn't it? I think we just call this the Art Deco box. Because Mr. F314Noser kind of names his skins here a little bit weirdly. But yeah, I believe this is just simply called the Art Deco large box.
Art Deco large box, yeah.
Yeah. So, get a good look at what I have in front of me. We've had an Art Deco door. That's it. The Art Deco door quite some time back. That was last year as well, wasn't it?
Yep. We had the Art Deco
sheet metal door.
And then there were stone or metal tools that were submitted. I don't think they got accepted, but I do like this. I'm a fan of Art Deco aesthetic. I mean, not like I have my house decorated that way, but I do think the geometric designs that they use in all that period was really cool. And I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I guess that's like metal over glass with like some light inside. I'm not totally sure, but it's pretty cool. The glow is a little tame, but I don't dislike it. I think it's got a nice kind of chill look to it, and the design is what's really the cool part for me. Just the way it matches that Art Deco aesthetic, and not to mention we have the door, so it kind of goes with that. I could see that being an interesting addition, although I don't know if the door held up that well on the long term on the marketplace. So
it didn't. I owned a lot of them. I saw it all for myself. So yeah. It did glow as well, if I can remember. That door had like a little piece in the middle that glowed, and yeah. This doesn't necessarily only have a little piece that glows, does it? The whole thing. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's not ultra bright, you know. Oops, I did not mean to shrug, but I was going for my bind here.
You were simply emphasizing that, hey, you know.
If you get the light right, you can sort of see that the metal part on top has a very glossy sheen to it. If you get the sun in the background there, like on the other side of the sky there. Yep, keep going that way. And then come around and stand in front of the box, and you can see how that light really glimmers off of the top there. So it does a pretty cool job of picking that up. Now pan the light back and forth, and you could see how it lights that up, and I don't know. I'm showing it from a little higher angle on my screen. If you can just raise the camera up a little bit, that might be easier to see that. But there you go. I think it's cool how, you know, just those little portions of the metal sections reflect the light, and then that, I guess that's maybe tile or glass in the back. Not quite sure.
Well, gentlemen, it's in your hands now. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no on the workshop page. Please consider offering a vote or two. No! Comment! Oh, that's going to be the death of me, Mr. MICRØ. Oh, he'll say it on my grave. Yeah. Consider offering support to the creators. What I mean. There we go. All right. Let's move on to the BBQ Small Box, Mr. MICRØ. So, not too long ago, we saw the large box being accepted, made by Mr. Zalodno. And now we have a transparent design with the BBQ Small Box. Now, I will kind of just ask this from you. Is this supposed to be like an animal cage? Or is this just, like, transparency for the sake of transparency? I'm sorry to ask you this like this, but, like, I can't really see the intention or the reason behind it. Is it supposed to be, like, kitchen... Like, do kitchens have baskets like this or something? I was trying to figure out... I looked at it.
Maybe this is just a grid that they were using as a grill, you know, for grilling some meat. So maybe, I don't know, maybe these are just all different grill pieces formed together into a box.
Yeah, that could be it. That could be it.
I want, you know, when I placed these, you know, if you remember when we were setting up here, we rearranged the stage a little bit. I'm going to try replacing this because, yeah, the pig is like upside down in there. That's kind of weird too.
So wait, that's the front?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh no, because yeah. Oh wow. Oh. Well, you know, if you know we're eating him, so like, you know, he's not going to be alive, so he's going to be upside down because he's going to like
belly up,
pretty much. Yeah, there we go. So thematically, there is a reason behind it. So I guess you know we're kind of answering for him, aren't we? But hey, if there's a proper reason, but there we go. It glows in the dark. That little pig in there, he glows in the dark. Very cool, very nice. But I still stick with my point. I'm still not 100% sure as to why it's got transparency. Like, you got a good enough reason there where you sat there and said maybe it's because it's like grill pieces all put together to be like a storage, but just kind of feels a little bit complicated with that type of idea there. But overall, you know, if you like what you see, please consider please consider voting yes or no, or please consider offering a comment or two. Oh, I did it, MICRØ. I did it correctly. Hooray! Yeah,
we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. Watch me screw it up another few times. But yeah, point made. If you like any of the skins that we've seen, you can go offer your vote and you can offer a nice supportive comment. And that goes a long way with the skin creators. It motivates them, it makes them feel happy, it encourages them to keep continuing, you know. And we want to help them with their goal to be nice and creative with their design. So, very cool. Right, Mr. MICRØ, shall we now move on to discussing this Fireflies sleeping bag made by Mr. Zinc? Yes, not too long ago. Actually, it was quite a long time ago. We did get that double wooden door being accepted. And before that, we had... Was it before or after? I can't remember. Was it a sheet metal door of a furnace? It's definitely going back to that point where I'm having to try and remember. It was a sheet metal door, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember. Even I've kind of been tricked by it. But hey, that's the point. It is a continuation. So we'll worry about that in a second. Let's just get a good look at this at night time. Oh, wow. Gentlemen, it is a glow-in-the-dark sleeping bag. Do you like what you see? Is this the type of sleeping bag that you need? Maybe you need it for your indoors areas. We've mentioned this in the past, where if you don't have any lighting set up in your base, like so, you know, you're not going to be able to see anything. But by simply having a sleeping bag, you know, on the floor that glows in the dark. That can help you gather your bearings. Let's just... Oh, I'm over here. So, yep.
Yeah, early game glowing deployables are kind of OP.
Yes.
And what's the first early game thing you put down? A sleeping bag. And probably a small wood box. So those two things are like the best glowing deployables that in my gameplay experience.
And you can immediately orient yourself. You can figure out your position in your base. You can navigate a way around. And you don't even have electricity up yet. But of course, eventually, you will have electricity. So, gentlemen, is this the type of sleeping bag for you? It is green. It is glow in the dark. But hey, you probably don't want a glow in the dark bag. Like, the green is helpful for, during the day in the grassy areas. But you don't want it to be glow in the dark. What I'm saying is a glow-in-the-dark sleeping bag is more helpful for you indoors than it is outdoors. So I can see what he's done in terms of his design in regards to, hey, it's nice and green, and a lot of people would appreciate a green sleeping bag, but they wouldn't appreciate it being glow-in-the-dark because, you'd rather put your green sleeping bag in the grassy areas, but if it glows, people will notice it at night, and people will start attacking it. I don't want you waking up near here. Here, get the weapon out. That's a hammer, so don't worry. So, yep, cool. Very nice, Mr. MICRØ. Any other words you might want to offer to that, or shall we proceed in talking about that next deployable near you?
Yeah, could you hit the lights real quick for me? I'm in night mode. I just want to see. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Looks like fireflies, all lit up, sitting on the ivy or the leaves. Maybe is that poison ivy? I hope not. I stepped on that.
Hey, it's a great way to wake up and start the day. MICRØ, I need ointment. Right, okay. Let's get a good look at what we have right in front of us. We should not be surprised by its presence. Its arrival. It is the sheet metal door, sheet door. Yes. I'm joking. When we first saw this, I was making that joke. I was saying, chat, how do you pronounce it? Is it sheet metal door, or sheet metal door, or sheet? It's supposed to be simply sheet metal door. Because as you can see, it perfectly blends in within reason with the sheet metal all around it. Yes, get a good look at that. This is the return of Freddy and Krueger. Their resources door collection. So yes, get a good look at that. This potentially could be appearing in a rust store near you. Why do I suggest such a thing? Because we have had the twig door being accepted, we have had the lock door being accepted, and now we have had the likes of, well, now we've got the likes of, sorry, wait, I've lost my brain. We've had twig door, we've had lock door, we've had stone door, and now we have sheet metal door. This is looking to be pretty likely that we're going to be seeing in the future, and based on what we've seen in terms of success of the other skins. So if I were to just slowly, get a good look at that, bump up with just the lighting that we have here. And then I slowly pan out and move over to the sides here. See how it nicely, Mr. MICRØ, perfect. Yo, perfect. I could see the lighting there. Perfect. Oh, there we go. Great bit of bump mapping. Yes, get a good look at that as we slowly pan around. See how the light reflects in it and makes it stand out ever so nicely. You did a very good job of this, Mr. Freddy and Mr. Krueger. Very good job of this. Yeah. Alright. So, chat, do you like what you see? Is this the type of door that you need? A lot of people wanted that stone door, didn't they? That had over 45,000 sales. But is this the next necessary thing that you need for your base? Don't blame you. We have right in front of us, it's the next evolution in the design, the resources. So yeah, wouldn't be surprised if we get an armored door at some point in the future. If you like it, please go to the workshop. Please consider offering a vote. Please consider offering a comment or two. If you like it, show your support. If you think it could be changed a little bit, send your feedback. Simple as. Mr. MICRØ, do you have any words that you want to sit there and offer? Suggest?
I
where is it?
want to point out I want to point out that it's cool. I think it's cool how the texture of the door matches up with the texture of the building next to it. Like you could see where the two pieces of sheet metal look like they're just sort of the same piece of metal. That's how closely he's matched this to the surrounding textures. So not all of the different sheets of metal line up that way, but certainly along the hinge side over here down at the bottom too, there's a pretty nicely done like seam or like joint, if you will, where they sort of come together and look unified. Now over on the right, I don't see the same thing happening, but let me try just taking the door out and putting it on the other way. I didn't actually test this. Is there anything that matches here? So it actually doesn't match that well from this side.
No.
So, and that's really the side where you would have the door if you were using it. Actually, that's how I use doors. I don't know. Do most people have doors like opening inwards? I think they probably do. That's how I've always played.
I guess it depends on their build, so.
Well, yeah, it does. But now if you have the sheet metal texture on the outside, oh, that's a shame. I wish it went the other way, honestly. Oops. Oh, now I'm being silly. Nope, didn't mean to do that.
Stop in the name of the law. What have you done?
Let me pick that and get it out of here. We had it opening outwards. That's where it matches the texture better. So I don't know. That's actually something I didn't notice till just now, and I'm not sure how to feel about that. But it's a very nicely done implementation. I just hope you like your door opening outwards.
Right. Well, that's it, gentlemen. Potentially the door that you're looking for. It's up to you. Please consider going to the workshop. Please consider offering a vote. Please consider offering a comment or two. Let's see if that potentially is accepted next week. Right then, MICRØ, that means we got one more deployable to a continuation, deployable continuation, blah, 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 blah. Yep, we've been hearing it all of this time. We have a very, very sharp tooth, alien-looking, bestial design of a furnace. We have the Abyss furnace. Gentlemen, get a good look at that reflection. Get a good look at that design. Look how scary he is. Look how well, do you reckon he's angrier than the frog? Frog?
I don't know. If I had fire inside my mouth, I would probably be pretty angry too, I think.
Well, he doesn't really like Mr. Frog, so... Yep. The ever so popular Abyss garage door now is accompanied with a very popular, and I will say it, very popular furnace skin right here, because what we should point out to you people is that the order of all of these deployables that we've just shown you is actually from ascending order. We're referencing the score. Now, the score is like an amalgamation of view count, favourites, upvotes, downvotes. You get the idea. So all of these skins that we've just gone through, these deployable skins, we've now reached the end, and this is the top-rated deployable continuation that we have seen this week. And we will show you the results when we're done with all of the workshop continuations. And let me tell you, a lot of people have been very invested in this. So, not too surprising, Little Ranger has been around for a long time, producing some very interesting works. The design of it by default, the purple, the scary looking face. Loads of people appreciated the garage door that was accepted not too long ago. And well, get a good look at this. He's got a perfect little friend here. He spits fire. He's bright and purple. He's scary to look at. It's the Abyss Furnace. Gentlemen, do you like what you see? And yes, with the lights. In fact, MICRØ, let's turn it off. I'm going to turn that off real quickly. I want to get a good look at this. So yeah, look at that bump map. As we see MICRØ move around.
I mean, you can see it just through moving the camera. I mean, that's probably the best way to show it. I think the normals on this are really good.
He's done a very good job of it. Everything stands out very nicely. In fact, even with the lights over here, if you turned off your light, any bit of light, any bit of light and it still looks really cool. Get a good look at that. Look at what just happens to shine in all the right places regardless where you look. It's just a good... we can respect the work is what we can say. Like, he's done a very good job. And lots of people appreciate it. Lots of people respect it. And even with the sunlight right here, you can see how it stands out very nicely. So yeah, cool looking furnace. Very nice continuation, Mr. MICRØ. Do you have any words that you might want to offer for this? To this, what's your opinions?
I want to point out the same thing I mentioned about the frog furnace, which was that the stone base is also fully modeled with a very stylized stone design. Almost looks like it reminds me of Blizzard for some reason, like something you would see in a Blizzard game. I don't know why.
Like the half stone texture.
Yeah, just the way that stone is modeled. I don't know. Maybe there's 1,000 games where you see stuff like that, but that's just what I think of. But the texturing and everything is pretty gnarly looking. You know, this is like a alien looking creature, and whatever it is supposed to be, I'm not quite sure. It's scary looking. This could give you some bad dreams.
He likes to eat sulfur.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, I'll be honest. I'll be shocked if this didn't get accepted, just because it's just that good. If we had the door last week, this thing looks so good, and well, I wouldn't be surprised in the least to see this one hit the store. And that's not a guarantee, but you know, I have no idea what's going to get picked. But if you ask me, I'd say this is a decent runner. And I mean, Hedge was talking about the data, the Steam score. This thing was far and away at the top of the list. It was just
you will
really
see
well
for
received.
yourself. Like, it stand out. People are invested into it. People like the design of it. It's a front runner. So, what else can you say? And of course, the purple, very cool. Like, a lot of people do like a different coloured appearance with their furnaces, even though it doesn't emit a different colour, as in actual, like, you know, on the floor and whatnot. People do still appreciate a differently coloured furnace on the inside. Like, that's definitely a bit of a trend that we have noticed. No little throat in the back there, but hey, maybe that's just the specialty for the little Mr. Frog over there. So you win this one, Froggy.
Had that funny looking dangly thing in there, like.
No, do you know what it needs?
It'd be out of place.
Do you know
what?
I'm upset with this now, because if this is like in reference to aliens, you know, the xenomorphs, it needed a little bitey throat thing in the back there. Ah, damn it, that would have been cool. Do you know what I mean, with the little bitey mouth tongue? All right, MICRØ. So that's all of the deplorables. Can you turn it off? And is that a pig again? Ah, honestly, I'm gonna have to go attack him with my ice cream sandwich. Hey, come here, you. Come here, you. Come here. No. He wants my... He wants it. He's... No, it's mine. It's mine. Go away. Go away. Go away. He's going to get me. Quick, MICRØ, go stand in position. So, we are now going to be talking about weapons and tools, starting off with the manufactured hammer. Now, this comes in two designs. Very sorry to say, Mr. Kua, but it does look like an ice cream sandwich. But... He did make a version 2. So we do have two designs to show off. This, if you can remember, is part of the manufactured wood. Was it just manufactured, or was it... No, it was... No, what happened was he's only had manufactured wooden door accepted in this collection. So if this were to be accepted, then it becomes a proper collection. You get the idea. Because he went and made the likes of some more doors. He made a table. He made a chair. But they weren't accepted, unfortunately. So yeah, this comes in two designs, one with a very noticeable white stripe and one that's just nice, plain and straight to the point. Not super flashy, not super colourful, but it's like that flat pack type of design of wood that you'd see, yes, and then at night, nothing glows. Nothing glows. So yep, Mr. MICRØ, I shall like you to stand still and strike a pose. I mean, MICRØ, do you take a bite out of your ice cream? Go on. No, I'm joking. But hey, here's the thing. When was the last hammer, the last marketable hammer skin to be accepted? This is a fun bit of trivia. If you want to try your best, Mr. MICRØ, would you like to answer? Do you remember the last marketable hammer skin to be accepted?
I don't.
Okay.
Toxic something?
Yep, you're correct. You got the name right. But when was it released? March 3rd, 2022. It has been over a year since we last saw a marketable hammer skin being accepted. Bit surprising when you hear that. It used to be a fairly common skin to see, but now it's rare. So, you know, I wouldn't say no. I want a hammer skin. But Mr. MICRØ, could you change it to the one without the ice cream filling? Yes. And, I mean... Yes, just get a good look at that. Nothing too wacky. It's literally just some nice polished wood, but hey, that's perfectly fine with me. Doesn't need to be stupidly insane. It doesn't need to have a silly face in it. It doesn't have to have ice cream in it, no. It can just simply be a hammer. I'm happy with that. But we haven't... Don't eat the polished wood. Shut up, chat. I've encouraged them in strange ways, but yes. If you like what you see, you know, please consider going to the workshop. Please consider offering a comment or two. Please consider voting yes or no. It's as simple as that. But yes, this is potentially maybe the first hammer skin to be accepted in over a year. Literally just right, as of now, literally just over a year. So any other words you might want to sit there and say, Mr. MICRØ? Please do not take a bite out of the hammer, please.
No, I want to keep my teeth today. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's yeah, I guess he's got the material already ready, and since it's something, you know, a wooden object, it's sort of a sensible thing to put that material onto. I'd like to see a little bit more work on, you know, maybe on the normals to give it an interesting texture, or somehow give it like you know, when you make something out of wood, like if you're doing trim or something, you run it through a router bit to give it a little like a profile along the edge. Yeah. Maybe I could see him, you know, framing this with a little bit of
do you know what it needs? It needs
profile bit.
It needs like a branding. Do you know what I mean? You see, you have the company that made it. It's, you know,
a little wood burning like a logo to
yeah. That's what I think he needs. He needs manufactured collection needs to have like a fake company. Could be Cobalt. It could be Cobalt. You know, it could be Cobalt. A little bit of branding placed onto the side, and that would go a long way. And perfect.
And you know, I can't help but see it either. It definitely does look like an ice cream sandwich. So.
Okay.
Maybe that'll bring the appeal. You know, and if it doesn't work out to be the manufactured hammer, you know, he's already got a pretty much a head start on the whole ice cream sandwich bit.
Just make it a bit transparent. You know, add a little bite mark in there.
Yeah. Put a little frost on there, and you know, a couple of the perforations. I think it wouldn't be an ice cream sandwich without little perforations in it. So
yeah. Right then, Mr. MICRØ, shall we move on to the next skin? Let's go talk about not that. Whoa, there we go. Sprinting ahead. Gentlemen, do you remember what appeared at the very beginning of this year? The first Rustle rotation had a Leopard bow, hunting bow. Well, now we're on to Leopard Crossbow. Now, not too long ago, we actually had the likes of... where's my arrow? We saw an attempt for a disco mask and a poncho... Even then, even when I move out of the way, he still does it. You just can't help yourself, can you? You just can't help yourself. Don't you? No! Ah. All right, anyway, let's just quickly go to the nighttime. And yes, as you can see, none of this glows. None of this glows. Yes. So, Mr. MICRØ, let's go take a good look at you. Get up real close. Again, we have seen a design that's not too wacky. It's grounded. He's not trying to go, you know, he's not trying to make it super colourful and super wacky. He just wanted to add some nice cheetah-style fur on it. No, leopard. Sorry, leopard. And yes, the leopard spots. all around. You got a nice little bit of wood carving design there, which I notice. Even the tape is the same texture of the leopard. And yeah, in the interior, leopard, and the exterior side is leopard. And then you got a little leopard face right at the front. Meow. So, Mr. MICRØ, do you like what you see? Is this the type?
I do like it, actually. Yeah, it's cool.
It's as I was trying to say. It's not trying to be super colourful. It's not trying to be super crazy. It's a grounded, perfectly fine approach. And hey, not everything needs to be covered in gold and something like the Dragon Rage, you know. This is it's covered in leopard fur.
You know, honestly, it's perfect. You know, it's a primitive weapon for use when you're in a primitive sort of phase of the game. And what better than like a Fred Flintstone aesthetic to give you that really, truly primitive kind of feel. So,
yeah,
perfect.
Oh, and you got like these little teethies being collected as decoration. Teethies. Why'd I say it that way?
Are those authentic leopard teeth?
Teethies, probably. Right. Okay. So, shall we move on to discussing the next weapon, Mr. MICRØ? Before I move on, I would just like to say this is made by Lodi. Yep, this is made by Lodi, and if you like what you see, please consider going to the workshop page, offer a vote, please consider offering a comment or two. There we go. Oh, what was that? You know what? I think you got the aesthetic. And we should point out, once again, MICRØ, put some proper pants on, I can see too much. Yeah, he did try and make some primitive clothing with the leopard poncho and whatnot, but unfortunately it wasn't accepted. What are you laughing at? Oh.
The combination of outfits here is pretty funny. I'm going to go back to my Twitch underpants here.
I hate these primitives. Right. Gentlemen, El Diablo has returned. We've got tools, stone tools. I can see the arrow in my head. There's multiple. Damn primitives! I can't get this one out. Pull it out now. Pull it out. Pull it out. And put some pants on. MICRØ, this isn't a game. Anyway. Yes. Well, it is a game, but shut up.
It is.
Yeah.
It's definitely a game.
Shut up.
It's a good game. This is my favorite game.
Yep, this is potentially the first stone tools to be accepted in 2023. Not too long ago, we had the tasty, I repeat, we had the tasty treats stone tools. But yeah, let's get a good look at that. As we have mentioned earlier, oh, actually, no, we discussed this. Eros has been very successful, hasn't he? He's had a lot of acceptances with his Cybercode and his El Diablo set. Could he be the one who gets his stone tools accepted in 2023? Oh, get a good look at that. Right. And at night time, does it glow? Night time. No. This does not glow. No. This does not glow. Right. Mr. MICRØ. Let's get up real close. Got that El Diablo branding on the side. We've got the leaky...
That's what you were talking about with the manufactured hammer, right?
Yeah,
Getting
that's
that,
you need like a little branding. Just a little branding, and it goes an extra mile. Doesn't have to be too much, but it's all you need. That's all you need. Yep, we got the little piping hot... what do we call these little bits again? Like, I don't want to call them stretch marks, but they're... There's something.
I was calling that. I was looking at it like from a blacksmithing point of view, where you heat up metal and it gets a layer of scale on the outside, and then you crack it off with a hammer blow or a wire brush or something. So that looks like hot metal underneath the layer of scale that's breaking off. Yeah. Slag. I'm not sure that's the right term, but I'm not sure that it's not. So.
Right.
We'll go with that.
Would you like to whip out the hatchet? The stone hatchet? There we are. Get a good look at that. I did notice I did notice. I'm not sure if me change it. Do you see? You see how you can see all like the indents on it and whatnot. If I just slowly move around, you can really see like all the chipped edges of the stone itself, which I thought was really cool. I mean, yeah. And if you were to just slowly walk into the darkness with it, Mr. MICRØ, I want to see how well it reflects light. Yep, does not glow, but it reflects light fairly well. That red bit especially, so yep. Very nice. Alright, chill out. Wow, you have got that arrow right through your light bulb.
That's a nice shot. That was a nice shot.
Yeah, I've killed all of his power, yes. So, on the back we have the little pickaxe right over there, and now we've got the hatchet. So, gentlemen, do you like what you see? Please consider going to the workshop page. Please consider helping you... Stop that! Stop that! Stop it! Please consider supporting Mr. Eros. Please consider offering a comment or two. Please consider voting yes or no on his stone tools. Mr. MICRØ, do you have any words that you might want to offer, or shall we proceed to the next weapon/tool? Stop whacking it!
I don't have too much to say there. It's pretty cool. I mean, not that that's useful information, how cool I think it is, but it's... You know, these are somewhat simple and not flashy or standout skins. And so I'll give him credit for that. He matched that same theme here. He kept the little branding logo on there. And actually, I don't see it on the pickaxe. I don't see it anywhere on the pickaxe. Or on the hatchet, I mean. It's on the pickaxe, but not the hatchet.
Oh, the thing.
Oh, it is, actually. It's underneath where my hand grips on the hatchet. Like where my thumb is. Look by my thumb.
Do you know what you could do? You could put it on your back.
yeah. No, I just wanna show like that's where it appears, is like under where the hand is. So yeah, if I put it on my back, you can see. I'm sure that's visible. Yep.
Everyone, twist your head around. Try not to snap it off. Right, Mr. MICRØ, let's move on.
Go.
Yep, let's move on to the next weapon then, shall we?
Oh, nice shot. Thank you.
Next weapon. Is it in my body? It's stuck in my body, isn't it? No. Oh no.
It probably bounced off to some far corner of the stage.
I've seen too far. Anyway, no worries. Gentlemen, we have the return of Lost Soul. Do you remember from quite a long time ago, Algorithm made an AK? An AK-47, he made a large box. Then we didn't see anything for like, what, 2 years now? But here we are. It's a return. Got a nice red tip. Got a spooky space guy. Astronaut. Wouldn't he be a cosmonaut? If it's more Russian, it'd be cosmonaut, wouldn't it? Yeah. So, yeah. Do you like its design? You can see, like, much like with a rocket, how it's all welded and held together. Do you see the little bolts there? That's cool. And as I said, useful red tip. Give it a good reload. And during night time, if we were to stand in the darkness, does not glow. I repeat, does not glow. Mr. MICRØ, how are you doing? We haven't seen that many SAR skins recently. It's actually a bit of a surprise. Towards the end of last year, we were getting tons of them. Now it's actually quite a bit of a drought. Bit surprised by that, to be honest. But with this, I think he's made a very cool design, as I said. With the bolts all along here, how it's all welding together. I've zoomed in a little bit too much there. Yeah. It kind of looks like it's all supposed to represent a rocket. Do you get that feel?
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So, it does have like an aerospace or aeronautics inspired design. All the different panels look like they're separate sheet metal formed panels that are riveted in place, and that's a common. It doesn't necessarily have to be riveted. Those could also be, you know, precision screws holding it all together. But yeah, that's pretty common for older air like skin design on an airplane, or I guess on a spaceship. Not really sure they would make spaceships like that. Maybe more like missiles and stuff. But I mean, not these days. They don't do that at all. But it definitely has an aerospace kind of inspired design. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's looking pretty dated in a sense as well. You can see like a little bit of wear. I don't want to say wear and tear, but like.
Oh
whoa!
yeah, no, that's you'd call that edge wear or chipped paint.
Yep.
What was that strobe that just happened? Was that just an artifact of the game?
I don't know. Got my eyes a little bit funny, but yep, it's all good. Don't worry. It's starting to take off, MICRØ. Quick, let go of it. Yeah. No, not again. Get back here. Right. We're not going to Mars just yet. All right. Got to chill out. Got to show a whole lot more skins first. So, yep. Gentlemen, do you like what you see? Would you like to see the return of the Lost Soul collection? As I said, we've had 2 skins in the past. We've had the AK and we have had the large box. Maybe, just maybe, this could help. Well, as I said, we haven't seen a SAR skin accepted for a while, so this is looking to be in a pretty good spot. In a pretty good position. MICRØ, what are you doing with your head? What are you doing? You are an alien, aren't you? Right. I'm going to move on to the next weapon, MICRØ. Is that all right with you?
Okay, that's cool with me.
I've got to sit here and I've got to get them all in order. Cleaning up and being in order. Disgusting. Right, anyway, so we've got a lovely bunch of weapons that we need to show to you. So just sit back and relax because we have more to show. So we have another batch of skins to share with you. Do I have enough space for another? Yes, I do. Okay, cool. Gentlemen, what do I have in my hands? It is a pump. What do we have here? Looks like banger collection wants a big old pumped up banger. Give it a good reload. And shoot in a second. Wha-bam. Whoa. Whoa. And whoa. Hey, MICRØ, do you like the sound of this gun?
I do. It sounds great.
Hey, yeah. Nice, isn't it? So, Mr. Michael has returned with his banger collection. Got the bang at... well, my thumb's covering the bang, but yep, we got the bullet on top saying pow. We see him all the time, don't we? Now, if I were to just quickly make it nighttime, as you can see, I duck, aim down, can't see a thing. This does not glow in the dark. And now I look at Mr. MICRØ and I say, hey, you might want to clean up that wound on your head. Right, so we see our usual fun, silly designs. We've got the skulls all along the side here, all in the clouds. And then as we see, 3 hits. Wow. We see the streaking bullets, the boom on the tip. There's also a bullet on the very top. I don't think we've seen this before. So you got pow, and it just streaks along. I've never seen him at the very top. So this is a little bit of an alien thing to me, but you do see him. He doesn't have a face, that one, but this one does. So the ones on the side do, but the one on the top doesn't. So, yeah. In terms of, what we see, we've kind of seen it all before. We've seen a lot of banger skins being accepted over the past few months, so not too much of a surprise. Sells fairly well. But in terms of, like, the appearance... kind of seen all before, haven't we? As I said, I knew to look for these bullets. I knew to look for the boom, the 3 hits. It's fairly routine. Yeah. Nothing like, not to sound mean, but yeah, this is routine. Like we've probably looked at over the past, like, I don't know, 4 months, we've seen like 20 banger skins. I'm not joking either. So yeah.
You know, I just can't figure out what this design has to do with sausage, though. I just don't get it.
Are you proud of that? Are you proud of that? Do you find that funny? Do you honestly think that was going to succeed? Do you honestly think that was going to get you very far? Did you honestly think a pun of that level was going to get a laugh? Just sitting there laughing at it all by yourself like a crazy person? Reminds me of Desolate Space. Actually, I could see that. I
think he's talking about the Dead Souls, SAR.
No, Desolate Space is an M4 in CSGO. Hey, it's all good. Right. Pump shotguns, we hardly ever see any of these, don't we? Last year we only received one, so could this be the one for 2023? Hey, it's part of a solid collection. I wouldn't say no, so keep an eye out, maybe, possibly. If you like what you see, please consider going to the workshop. Please consider offering a vote on yes or no, and please consider offering a comment or two. Support goes a long way. Shall we move on to the next weapon, Mr. MICRØ?
I'm out of puns, so yeah, we can move on.
I'm getting away from you. I can't stand it anymore. Right. Next up, we have... Let's just make sure this is in the right order. Yep. So there's two versions of what I have in my hands. We have a continuation of that UFO Tier 3 armor that we saw not too long ago. Yep. I have the UFO SMG, an alien zapper. Have you ever played Fallout 3, the alien ray gun? You know... So, this is version 1, and yep, as you can see quite clearly, this does not glow in the dark. It is non-glow, but what do I have here? Well, what do we have here? It's a glow-in-the-dark version, yep. Do you believe, chat? Do you believe? Oh, I've got no... Wait, oh, what have I done here? I've lost control. My mouse... The aliens have taken control, MICRØ, help! No, seriously, what's happened? I've lost control.
Hit escape, turn your HUD back on.
Oh, there we go. What did I do? They took control.
It can happen. It happens.
I've been probed, chat, I've been probed. Help me. There's someone there.
Where have you been, Hedge? We were doing a stream and then like 2 hours went by.
Quick, get in position. Right. Wait, if I've shot you and you haven't died, you're not human. Take off his head. Quick. Alright, so, yeah, anyway. We have a continuation of that Tier 3 armor that was accepted not too long ago. The UFO...
Wait. What is that on my chin? Is that like a soul patch? What's going on there?
They've marked you. You're next. You're next. Quick, chat.
I'm kind of feeling that. It's like a little mini goatee there. I'm sorry to interrupt that. I just had to point that out. You know, I'm looking pretty fly here with this UFO setup.
So, yeah, what I think it is the damage that I did to you. It's given... I put a little bit on your chin for some strange reason. I don't know why only that bit, but hey. Chat, quick. Just take a little picture of that. He's got a soul patch in there. What is up with today? Stupid things keep happening. I tell you... where did it all go wrong, MICRØ? Your best years are behind you.
Oh, well. It was fun while it lasted, you know?
Right. Yeah, it was a little baby Santa beard, wasn't it? Do you know what?
I got to start early, get ready for next year.
A beard, like a beard, what would we call it? A selection of beards as a permanent skin wouldn't be a bad idea. I think a lot of people would like that. To have like a soul patch. That would be
cool. That would be super cool.
Have like a proper long beard.
Facial hair DLC.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be so fire.
The amount of people dressing up as women with long beards. Yeah, no, I mean you can't choose your character, can you? So yeah, but yep, I like it, Mr. MICRØ. Whip out the glow in the dark one. Glow in the dark one, MICRØ, and move slowly into the darkness.
I'm working on it.
You're not working. You're working for the aliens, is what you're doing. I know what you're up to. He's trying to take over.
Me to your leader.
Yes. I hate aliens. Right. So yep, fairly noticeable. It's also a custom SMG, but for fun, perfect idea. Like, Face Punch liked the UFO Tier 3 armor. That got accepted. That was for Wacky Week. Maybe this might get picked for Wacky Week. What is Wacky Week? Oh, look, they gave him hair. Stop it. Take that off. Take that off. Take that off.
Hmm?
No.
I'm sorry, what?
No, we're not having that. We're not having that. Get that off your lip. That caterpillar ain't staying. Get rid of it. Go, leave it. Anyway, point and trying to make his. UFO Tier 3 was accepted during the last Rustle rotation of February. We tend to see wackier, sillier, riskier designs being accepted for the final week. Perhaps this could be one of them. Like, it's a glow-in-the-dark weapon, and a lot of people, by default, don't like that. But I could see a lot of people liking this alien zapper. What's it called again? Alien. No, it's just literally called UFO SMG. But yeah, you can clearly tell it's supposed to go with that alien tier 3. So if you like it, please, by all means, go to the workshop right now, offer a vote, and offer a comment or two. Mr. Mishka, let's see if this potentially gets accepted, and let's see if we see even more alien stuff. I still think with the tier 2 armor, right, he's got to do the xenomorph, like, skull. That would be cool. But yeah, let's see where it goes from here, because a lot of people were asking, hey, are we going to see a continuation of this? And they did say they plan to do it, but I was not expecting an Alien Zapper custom SMG. So, MICRØ, I think your batteries are running out. They're starting to go down. Yep. All right, Mr. MICRØ, I'm going to move on to the next weapon. Is there anything else that you might want to sit there and say before we move on?
No. It's just a funny, ray gun style design. And if we have the UFO face mask and chest plate, well, honestly, I want to be running around with this too. So you never know. We could see it. It's definitely funny.
All right. Whew.
Does this shoot regular bullets or is this alien technology?
You tell me.
Oh, that's regular.
Right, we alluded to this earlier. Well, MICRØ gave away the secret. Gentlemen, what do I have in my hands? It's the immediate continuation of the construction collection. Yes, we have the hunting bow accepted this week. Mr. Doc Schneider went ahead and produced this crossbow immediately. So yeah, if you approved of the design... Oh, it's not loaded in. Oops. There we go. Hey. If you approved of the design, do you appreciate the transparency on the crossbow right here? I think a lot of people would like that. Do you reckon that's advantageous, Mr. MICRØ? The transparency through the panels on the side of the crossbow? What do you reckon?
It could be. I mean, there is quite a bit of transparency there. Does it change the game? Not really. But I guess in a small kind of way, it could be an advantage.
All right, let's hop over to you. Let's go take a look. Hello, Mr. MICRØ. Let's get a good zoom on that. Yes. Right, nighttime. Here we go. And I will slowly move across. All around. Yep. So we got the very similar design. We can see the noticeable patterns. I look at the little string rope. It's actually like a cable from a crane. We can see the caution picture stickers. We can see the warning wrap. What's it called? What did I call it? Hazard wrap. You get the idea. You know what I'm on about. Yep. Useful transparency, maybe? You would have to tell me. And as I slowly spin around, you can see how the paint's wearing off. It's all kind of peeling off. It's showing its age. Been through a lot of usage. And yep. Got a little symbol there. Cool. Yeah. That's what it is. Gentlemen, if you liked the hunting bow, do you also like the... crossbow? Let's just get it during the day. There we go. A bit more brighter, a bit more noticeable in the colour. Do you still appreciate the orange, MICRØ? As you mentioned earlier.
I like the hydraulic cylinder on the side. There's like one on each side, a little hydraulic piston. That's the kind of thing you'd see on like an excavator or a loader, backhoe. But yeah, that's definitely got a cool little look to it.
Yep.
And then up in the front where the tip of the arrow is, I think that's supposed to be like an operator's cab, like where a person would be sitting in there to drive the crane. Oh, that's pretty cool.
No, you're right. I didn't notice that. I thought that was just lights. Sorry, I was just grabbing some water there. That is it. That's a little cabin. Oh, no, that's cool. Yeah, because they have to climb all the way up, don't they? Don't ask them where the bathroom is. One's cracked. And then one, yep, intact. And yeah, See, what you got to understand is MICRØ's not actually in control of his body. It's a little man in there controlling everything. Yes, MICRØ is simply a robot designed by the aliens, and yes. Right then, Mr. MICRØ.
You're not wrong.
Shall we move on to the next weapon? Oh, I'm gonna click myself. Oh, don't you dare. Sorry. No, you don't you dare. Don't you dare. Here we are. Yep. So, just this past week, we had the Lunar AK. Lunar AR. It was called, well, it's AK-47. It's the same thing. Assault rifle, AK. You get the idea. Anyway, Mr. Y9J decided to continue it immediately with a Thompson skin. So, as you can see, we can see all of the craters of the moon now on the Thompson. Do a little... It's got a grey tip. Obviously not super helpful with the stony concrete environment, but with the grassy areas, should still be helpful. Probably wouldn't be helpful in the likes of the snowy areas, for example. That's another one. But yeah, I do a nice little reload. I make it night time. I stand in the darkness, and what do I see? Absolutely nothing, because it does not glow. Yes. And now I'm going to go take a look at Mr. MICRØ and say, hey, what's going on?
Can you spin around to the other side? I've got it lined up so you can really see the light accentuating that normal map and bringing out the craters and like the shadowy areas.
Oh, I can see all of that. I can see all of that. That stands out very nicely. Yeah. And then slowly to the right he moves. Interesting, interesting. Right. And then I move over to the other side. I'm gonna go look at all that. You got a little shooting star. Can you go to the complete opposite side, Mr. MICRØ? As in do a 180 and then slowly move left and right here. Yeah, that's not gonna do that much, is it? But if I were to look at you from this side and then you did it, so slowly move to your right now. No, that's your left.
What do you want to show
This
here?
way, yeah, more to your right. Yeah, that's it. Now we can see it from this side as well.
Oh, you're trying to show the craters.
Yeah. I was doing it from the opposite side as well.
Tell me what you're trying to do there. I can help with that.
I thought you knew what I was up to, but yeah, my apologies. I should have been more vocal on what I was aiming for. That should have been what I'd done. But yeah, like you can get a good visual for all of that. The gimmick, the theme, the moon, very cool.
Shoot the moon.
Shoot the moon, yeah. Get some cheese out of it. A whole lot of cheese, Mr. MICRØ. Mr. MICRØ, show me your back. Your sweaty, sweaty back that holds guns in place. Yes. Suction cup.
We have a question in chat. They want to know if the moon landing was real.
Of course the moon landing was real. How do you know? We clearly know it's made out of cheese. You wouldn't have known. Did you not watch... What, Wallace and Gromit? Come on. Come on. Right, so. Yep, very nice, very cool. And Mr. MICRØ, hold it once more during the day, so just so I can get a much nicer look with natural light. He holds it up, I look at it, it looks beautiful. Give it a quick shot, do a nice reload. He doesn't like that wall in particular. Yep.
Oh, well, I don't have ammo, so I can't do a reload.
No, we don't have any moon ammo. Why? Why wouldn't the aliens give you the necessary tools to succeed on Earth, MICRØ? What? Ow! Can they show you some manners as well? Anyway, so, yep. Chat, if you like it, please consider going to the workshop. Please consider voting yes or no. Please consider offering a comment or two. And now, Mr. MICRØ, we are down to the second to last weapon/tool. That is a very cool looking return to the Phantom Collection. We got a bolt action rifle on our hands, don't we? Wha-bam! Oh, what's that? Oh, can't see me. Oh no, you missed me. Oh, what a shame.
Actually, what's funny is I wasn't even trying to shoot. I bumped my mouse on my keyboard and it pressed the button. But no excuses. I missed, regardless.
Hey! Not near Froggy! Anyway. Mr. Pogfrog is very upset. Look how angry he is. So, yep, gentlemen, this is the Phantom Collection. It hasn't had a skin in quite some time. I believe it's been about 2 years now. It's a collection that's been around for like 4 years, if anything. So if this were to be accepted, it's a fairly old collection. Here we go. Yep, get a good look at that. And let's just zoom in a little bit, get up real close. Yes, get a good look at the design from all over. You got this nice, what do we call this? I don't want to say vines, golden vines all across. What would we call that properly? The pattern that I see.
Yeah, I guess you could also call that filigree, like we were calling it on the antique box. Just a, I don't know if that's a carving. I'm not actually sure now that I think about it, if that would be done with a carving technique or if it's applied somehow like a paint. I guess it could be done in a paint form. Not really pinstriping, but the gold accents, the gold decorative stuff. That's the official term, decorative stuff.
That is very sleek, golden, shiny, proper. We haven't had a bolt-action rifle skin accepted for a long time. The last one was Phantom back in 2021. It's been a long time. That came out like in June 2021. So not only is this a long time, not only is it a long time since we've seen this collection, but it's a long time since we've seen a bolt-action rifle. So, yeah. Mr. MICRØ, would you like to put it on your back? And yes, gentlemen, do you like what you see? Do you like the design of it? All this gold trim. Very nicely laid out. Made by Mr. Shedmon, of course. Yep. The red metallic side. The red tip as well. You probably don't even need a little aim sight. You could just use the red tip. Very helpful. But yep, as I was saying, this not only is a return to a collection, but it's a bolt-action rifle. We have not seen a bolt-action rifle in such a long time that if that were to be accepted, it might be a good investment. It's hard, because it hasn't had a skin accepted for such a long time. I don't know. I don't fully know how likely people will behave. Maybe it gets tons of purchases because we haven't had a skin accepted for a long time, and then by default it's oversaturated, and then yeah. There's a load of possibilities, but Mr. MICRØ, do a nice little shot. And then give it a good little reload if you can.
Yeah, I think Glassholio in the chat has the right term. Inlay is definitely the term I'm gonna go with there. Gold inlay.
Go on, one more shot for luck, and then do another reload. Give us another nice quick reload. All good. You're golden, Mr. MICRØ. You're Phantom golden. Phantom gold. Yeah, that sounds cool. Phantom gold. Right. So as I said, if you like it, please consider going to the workshop. Please consider offering a vote. Please consider offering a comment or two. Right, and now we're down to the final workshop continuation weapon, and that will be a... Oh, I've got bullets in here. Go away, bullets. I don't need you. Yeah. We have a continuation. It's big. It's sleek. It's the Copper Collection. The Copper Collection. Ba-bam. It's the Copper L96. Good. Look at this, gentlemen. As I said, Mr. Duck, he's starting off something here. We've had the Copper AR being accepted. Well, now we've got a Copper L96. Would you like to serve and protect your community with a big sniper rifle? Well, bam. Job done. No more criminals. Oh, look, there's one more. Yeah, no more. Haha. Now I'm just going to do a nice big reload. Everything's in. Splendid. Well done. Mr. MICRØ, are you committing crimes? How did I miss? No, this is not fair. Stop it. His alien trickery has stopped me from hurting him.
You want to hear something funny? Earlier, when I shot that shot, I accidentally bumped my mouse on the keyboard. Didn't even mean to shoot. And just there, I was literally just shooting to hear the noise, and you walked in front of it, and I couldn't help but shoot you. All these accidents. We need to get better insurance.
And as I can just quickly show you, does not glow. Right. Master MICRØ, what do you see? Do you like what you hold in your hands?
I do.
Whoa,
I was pretty complimentary towards.
Whoa.
Look how you treat me. This is what we
You have
get.
shot me multiple times today. Don't you dare try and even bother.
Yeah, but they were love shots.
No, they were not. They were painful and hurty, and I don't like them.
Well, I'm a bit disfigured. Well, don't look at me. I'm ugly. So we'll wait for that to heal up. But you could just look at the gun, and you could see all the well done theme that he had, like on the AK. Really cool. Blue and I guess that checkerboard thing is what really catches my eye. I love how that's part of this design, and of course he's got the stripes with the white. Or is that silver or white? I guess it's sort of shiny. It looks silver to me. And the chartreuse high vis
Police
color.
P yellow.
Oh, that's right. That's the official term of the day. Yep, I think it definitely makes the set continuation. You know, it rounds out that it keeps that design in play. I'm tripping over my words here. I don't have a great way to phrase it, but I think it's a match for the set, and it's a nice, clean look. So, very cool.
Would you like to put it on your back? Well, bam. Look at that big beast. So, yes, from the bottom. More in design with the British police. Yeah.
Well,
what is that?
I'll be using this to sit on my roof and pick off people running to the gas station.
Well, they're criminals, so it's okay, isn't it? In fact, you should get a promotion. Well done, policeman MICRØ. You've killed another.
Yes. Awards, blue ribbons, trophies, certificates for roof campers. It's we need to recognize roof camping is not a crime.
Now, would you like to shoot off in the distance and then do a nice reload? How many bullets did you just shoot at once? So yeah, all good. All good. Perfect. Again, how many? Right, I'm joking. Right, Mr. MICRØ, that's it. With the weapons and tools, I believe that's every single one. And then we shall point out to all of you, if you want to just kind of style it, stand to the side a little bit so we can keep it on camera. Yep, that's cool. So, as I was referring to earlier with the likes of deplorables, we went through all of the weapons and tools in ascending order. So, starting from the manufactured hammer all the way up to the copper L96, all of those were in order of score. So, we've gone from bottom to the top.
Yeah, increasing score.
Increasing score. Yeah. So, once we're done with all of these continuation skins, we will then show you what it all looks like, and you can see it all for yourself. So, yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and start getting some clothes on, Mr. MICRØ. I'm just going to look at the floor so you can get all naked and do what you must. Mr. MICRØ, we are going to start off with certain... Well, our furnace friend is going to be very happy because we're going to be dressing up in his likeness. Back in early December, we saw a very silly collection being accepted, that being the Frog Cosplay. Yes, I repeat, the Frog Cosplay collection. Started off with Frog Cosplay hoodie and pants, and now we have Frog Cosplay Tier 2. Get a look at you. Yes. MICRØ, do you happen to have Frog Cosplay hoodie and pants? Just to ask. I should have asked this beforehand. If not, could you go grab them? I'll talk about this as much as I can. Don't worry, I've got a lot to say. But if you could grab that as well, I think that would be super helpful. Don't look at me like that. Go look at the other way. I'll look at the frog eyes instead. So yeah, gentlemen, this is a... Oh, wow. Whoa, you are really bright. Like... This was what we found out back in December. When we first saw the hoodie and pants being accepted, we looked at it and thought, Is that even good camouflage? No, it's too bright. In fact, MICRØ, if you went and stood in those bushes just behind you, the contrast in difference, yeah. There's no hiding that. There's no hiding that at all. You could run across the grass and everything. There's just nothing hiding the fact that that just stands out. It's too bright. It's far too bright. Like, you have no home, frog. Leave, begone. Come back, come on, come back here, come back here. Stop jumping like a frog. The aliens did this to him, alright? The aliens did this to him. They've... Ever since he had that dog... the good boy, Custom SMG, they sucked him up into their spaceship, and then they've done things to his brain. Anyway, let's just give this a nice spin around. So it matches up very nicely. Emilio Frito has done a very nice job of this. Yes, get a good look at that. Now, we did have the likes of some boots and gloves submitted quite some time back. They were never accepted, so unfortunate. But yeah, this is perfectly in contention to potentially appearing next week, as in... This is going to be a typical pick next week, of course. Could it be accepted? It's up to you. Do you like what you see? Please consider going to the workshop pages. Please consider offering a vote. Please consider offering a comment or two. Because if you like it, if you want to see more of this happy little frog, then you can show your support. You can be the one to help it potentially get accepted. Have a good night, Mr. Salad. And, yes. Yep, thank you for coming. Don't forget, Mr. Salad, if you liked any of the skins that we saw during the workshop continuations, you can vote for them and you can offer a nice comment or two. So, yes. Chat, is this to your likeness? Do you appreciate it? Do you not like it? Do you want to vote against it? I mean, it's well within your right to decide against it. But, yeah. It's bright. It's green. It's frog cosplay. Look at you smile, Mr. MICRØ. It took a long time, but we finally did it. We made you smile. So, do you have any opinions of your own over this, Mr. MICRØ, or with this? Like, is it something that you'd like to see more of?
I wouldn't mind seeing more of it. I mean, Milo's done so many cool sets, from the cow, the ladybug, the bee set. Gosh, I mean... This is just in line with all of those, and I could see a lot of people wanting to run around in this. I mean, we got the hoodie and pants. I wouldn't be surprised if we got everything else along with it. So, wait, we got the tier 3 recently, or am I?
No.
So you just saw it on the workshop, right?
I haven't seen it myself. We waited a long time. I don't know if it's been submitted already. I don't know what Milio's done. Like,
no, maybe I'm thinking of something different. That's all.
Yeah. So, we waited a long time for this. Remember, the hoodie and pants were submitted back in like late November. These were submitted 3 months later, the tier 2. So it's been a long wait. But Milio's doing multiple things. He's doing like tempered collection and everything. So he's busy. He's got a lot of work on his hands. So, yep, if you like this, by all means, consider showing your support. But if you don't, yeah, I mean, it's up to you. You're well within your rights to decide. We're not going to force you. We might rib it at you. Give us a nice little ribbit, Mr. MICRØ.
Ribbit.
Okay. Let's just look at the floor and pretend that didn't happen. Mr. MICRØ, would you like to swap it over to the next thing? Oh, it's just one thing by itself. In fact, I don't even need to look at the floor, really. You could just instantly put them on. We got a pair of gloves. They're going to appear in a second. There they are, yes. It's a little mini continuation for the Skullkiller collection. Yep, we have Horror Meow has returned with a bright blue... shiny looking Skullkiller leather gloves. Yes. So the last leather glove skins to be accepted. How far back was that? You're looking at about Fish Collection 2021. It's been a long time. But yeah, we have already had road sign Skullkiller gloves being accepted, but he's gone and submitted the leather ones. Perhaps that might have a decent chance of being accepted. We shall see. But if you like it, you might want to show your support for it. Go to the workshop. Say, hey, I like it. I want to vote yes on it. Or vote no. It's up to you. If you like it so much you want to offer a comment, go ahead. Do so. Show your support. that's it. That's all that really needs to be said, you know? I said all the necessary things. Skullkiller already has all of its core pieces, so this isn't really going to change the world. However, haven't seen any leather skins accepted in 2 years. Maybe this could be the next one. Consider offering a vote or two. MICRØ, any words that you want to sit there and say, or, you know, is that it?
Nope. I mean, gloves are cool.
Yeah.
Gloves are cool.
Gloves are cool. They keep your hands warm. There's not really much else to say. Right, well, yeah. Let's move on to...
I do have one thing to point out.
All right, then.
Back in January, we did see this stuff.
Oh, we did! Yes, we did, didn't we? Oh, yeah. It wasn't accepted. I was wrong.
No.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, frog cosplay lovers. Yeah. I mean, it came and went, and yeah, my apologies. That is on me. But yeah, maybe tier 2 would be accepted, and maybe then we could be frogs all together. Frogs all together. Frogs. No, come on, MICRØ. Can you put on the Forest Raiders burlap stuff that was submitted this week? Even though it wasn't accepted this week. What am I saying? So burlap, head wrap, shirt, pants. It had its chance to potentially be accepted this week. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Typical skins, typicals tend to be the most successful things at the moment. So, is this completely out of contention? I can't answer you, but yeah, like what we got here is the gloves and the boots. The gloves haven't logged in. There we go. Yes, now they're here. So yeah, Forest Raiders burlap set is a full set. It's all on the workshop. We now have burlap shoes and we now have leather gloves. But of course, with this current week, we didn't see the shirt, we didn't see the gloves, the pants being accepted. There was also the head wrap, let's remind you. So, yeah, it is awkward. A good look at that. This is what we could have had. Face Punch just said no. I don't know what to say. You never know. Randomly, at some point in the future, they might accept all of it in one go. That would be a big shock, wouldn't it? But yeah, what do you say? I mean, yeah. If the burlap shirt and pants weren't accepted, I don't think the gloves and the shoes have much chance. But, you know, it might be accepted next week. It might be accepted the week after. Frog Furnace was accepted 4 months after its initial submission, so you never know. MICRØ, I don't think there's really much else to say. It's a nice full green set. We did show it off last week when we ran around in the grassy areas. But based on what we've seen recently, it's not looking it's not looking very positive for this at the moment, unfortunately. So, yeah. That's all I can really say. Mr. MICRØ, do you have any other words that you might want to sit there and say, or shall we move on to the final collection continuation?
Nope, let's keep moving here.
Go on then, let's move on to the final piece, that being the Comics Tier 2. Yes, Comics Tier 2 appeared this week. We have 2 designs for the coffee can, one with an evil smile and one that's just nice, plain and simple. So, Mr. MICRØ, just give us a clap when you're nice and ready and we can take a nice quick look at you.
Good. I don't have everything, so we'll just show this stuff.
Yeah, that's all good. So yeah, that's all we really needed to see. Comics Tier 3 doesn't look like it's happening, unfortunately. Like we've had those 3 weeks, it wasn't accepted, but now we've got the Tier 2. Tier 2 could be potentially appearing as of next week or sometime after. We don't fully know. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if this is in the top picks for next week. I mean, come on. Yeah, come on. So yeah, Mr. MICRØ, could you also put on the different coffee can helmet? There is one with a smile, or well, is it a smile? It was like a little
it's like a smirk. Well, no, actually, no, yeah, this is a big toothy smile. Huh.
Yeah, look how happy you are. You're a man who brushes his teeth nicely. So, yep, there is.
Don't forget to floss too.
Don't forget to floss as well. Yes, children, do all that you must. But yes, we have the Comics Tier 2. Mr. MICRØ, give us a nice little spin around. Yep. So, if you like what you see, please consider offering a vote. Please consider offering a comment or two. And with that, you know, if that were to be accepted, the likes of the boots, the gloves, and the hoodie and pants, which were accepted just not too long ago, I'm pretty sure they'd spike up in demand and in price, because a lot of people would suddenly think, oh wow, we're definitely going to get a full collection. So maybe the tier 3 needs to have a version 2. We shall see. But yeah. As we have mentioned with the previous batches of skins, deployables, weapons, tools, and now clothing and armor, all of them were in ascending order based on the scores. MICRØ, I believe we've gone through everything right about now. Should I start showing off the scores in front of everybody? All of the scores?
You might as well.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want to.
All right. So here we go. Ta-da! Get a good look at that, people. Yes. So these are all of the workshop continuations. We can see the scores in ascending order. So, of course, for example, the Noir Armored Door, they only had around 50%. But then you go all the way up to Abyss Furnace, and we told you it was like a front runner. Look at the big difference, 79%. It had a huge score. When you compare it with pretty much every other skin here, it is... yeah, like, we wouldn't be surprised in the slightest, based on the fact that it's a popular collection, there's loads of support for it. Abyss is in a very comfy spot. Then, of course, you can see the likes of the weapons and the tools. Copper L96, fairly comfortably in its position, doing quite all right there. And then, of course, with the likes of comics, all of them doing very nicely. Now, you might just kind of questions a certain something like we got the stone Diablo tools next to each other. One is actually slightly lower than this, but what we normally see with a batch of skins, so normally when you have a combination, so when there's tools, when there's hoodie and pants and whatnot, one skin tends to get more votes than the other. So we just kind of worked with we just kind of worked with the one that had the most votes. And yeah, so yeah, this had a couple changes, but basically all of that should be in a correct order of top score. So yeah, cool. We've gone through.
I'd like to point out that the actual score doesn't matter. If FaZe Punch does not use this to make their determination, it may be something they look at just to see what the community likes, because of course they're going to take that into consideration, but it isn't the driving factor, and it is not the determining factor. So that's purely up to the tastes of the game developers, you know, probably Helk. But, you know, so these numbers aren't like a guarantee of anything, but they do reflect the community's support towards these items, and we've put them in the order in which they, you know, as you go from least to best, or that's not even the right word. I'm not saying that anything is the best or the worst here. It's just purely numerical, and we've just put them in ascending order. So
yeah. All good.
By the book here, by the numbers. We're letting the data speak for itself.
Right then, so we've gone through all of the continuations, so that leaves the last thing that we're going to discuss about, that being the top rated skins of the week. So let's move on to that, Mr. MICRØ. Let's go show off the top rated skins. Okay, we're back. Hello, gentlemen. We have the top-rated skins submitted as of the 6th of March. So, yeah, so basically, just this past week, all of these skins were submitted, and these are the top-rated skins based on the Steam score. And, you know, very easily you can see Abyss Furnace at the top. And if we descend down, you might realise we've already shown off a whole bunch of these top 10 skins, haven't we? So, we actually only have 2 more to show off to you. And that's what we're going to do. So, from what you can see here, we have Abyss Furnace in first place, 79%. Ooh. Sheet Metal Door, 75%. Then we got Comics Road Sign Pants at 70%. And then we got the Toolbox. We haven't shown that off to you. We'll be showing that to you in a second. Of course, we got more comic stuff. So there's a big bulk of it of just being Comics Tier 2 that took up a lot of spaces. Copper L96, Fireflies Sleeping Bag. And then number 10 is the Diamond King AR, which we'll show off to you in a bit as well. So, yep, gentlemen, this is the top. Is it top 20 or top 30, MICRØ?
This is 20 that we're showing here. We're going to do 10 in game, and then we'll just do sort of honorable mention for the other 10 on the list here,
yep,
just so people can get a feel for what else is on the list, and maybe if they, they see something there that they like, maybe they want to go place a vote on it. But you know, the list is very long. There's like dozens and dozens of great skins submitted every week. We can't possibly show all of them, and so we've shown all the continuations because those are likely to affect, you know, potentially could affect skin prices on the market. And as investors, we like to be aware of that. But, you know, this part, the top 10 or top 20, is really just sort of for our own interest, just to see, you know, what's really the best. I shouldn't use the word best. The most highly rated, you know, what is the community like? How do they view it? What is like the crowdsourced opinion on these types of skins?
We ourselves are trying to kind of identify, is there a pattern? Like we looked at the in the past roster rotation, we actually had the data. We could see what was leading just before the rotation happened, and well, out of the top 20, only 3 skins from it in the top 20 were accepted, which was a bit of a surprise. That did kind of surprise us, didn't it? So we're slowly learning and understanding more things with this. Like it's there. It's interesting to see, but does it correlate success? Not exactly, does it, Mr. MICRØ? But yeah, we're seeing this more and more, evidently. So with answers, it's nice to have. So as MICRØ was alluding to, you might have seen my skin checks this past week as well. There's like 100+ new skins. And they're all technically of the quality to then potentially be accepted. So these are the top 20 of all of them. So yeah, very nice to see, and it will very likely potentially change a little bit more as we enter into next week. So these potentially might be the skins we see accepted next week as well. Oh, but you still can go ahead and vote, and you still can go ahead and comment on those workshop pages. But for now, Mr. MICRØ, how you doing? Wait, what's this? MICRØ? Why are there 2 boxes here? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's it?
So we deployed the skin earlier on stage just so it would be here for us. But while you were talking, I thought I would go and actually grab one of the real toolboxes from in the game just so we could see what this was inspired by. So this is an actual loot crate you'll find out throughout the world. And well, you can kind of start to figure out where the artist got their inspiration from and where this design takes its cues from. So, yep, I see it. I see the resemblance. Do you?
I do indeed. A nice little self-referential joke. So, milk, soft water, and batteries. Yep, I love that as a milkshake. Perfect. Starbucks never change. Yeah, so, get a good look at this, gentlemen. It's a fun little joke piece. It's not, like, silly, but it's kind of silly. It's not super colourful. It's kind of wacky. And Mr. MICRØ approves of it with his wonderful dancing. You do love a good dance, Mr. MICRØ. Now, if we could just get a little...
you made me self-conscious.
If you want, you can get your miner's hat out, and we can get a good look at how these look. Well, we don't need to look at that one. We need to look at this one. How it reflects the light, and if I move around... Yeah, I can see a little bit of detail on the top bits. I noticed they're trying to get, like, the lips, I guess you could say. I'm not sure what you'd call them.
The drawer handles?
Yeah, that would be it, drawer handles. So, yeah, I can see how that's been made to kind of stand out a little bit more. Fairly reflective, not insanely, but yep, I can see it. And then if we go look at the top, does that handle stand out a bit? If we could just move the lighting a little bit, Mr. MICRØ. Yeah, I can see it. You can see it stand out, see the shadows. Looking pretty good. I like it. Job well done, Mr. Geber. Yeah. Geber? I don't know how you pronounce it. My apologies. And yep, as we saw with a little bit of lighting there, we can see some of the detail. Yeah. There, we got a light show. Did you see that? Anyway, so yeah, cool idea. People appreciate it. People voted for it. It's one of the highest rated skins of the week. So... if you feel like it could do with a little bit more support, go ahead, go to the workshop right now, show your support, go ahead and vote, go and offer a comment or 2. Would you like to see this potentially being accepted? Would this be perfect in your base? It's in your hands. MICRØ, would you like to offer any words of opinions that you might want to I'm reading these comments just saying English is Hedge's second language. What are you on about? I just didn't know what to say for these. I didn't realise it was even a draw piece, all right? I didn't realise it was a draw piece. Oh, my God, these people are evil. Go on, say what you must. I'm going to just sulk over here.
As far as this design goes, I mean, I'm not sure what more you could do to make this resemble the factory or the stock toolbox design. There's certain parts of this that are 3D in the original model, and well, you can only do so much on a flat surface, and I think he did a pretty good job of making that design resemble the original. So actually, when I looked at the box, the wood box, it looked like a washer on the top, like a big fat flat washer, and I realize now, looking at the original, that's like a roll of electrical tape. So like I said, it's about as much as you could do with a normal map, and well, he did a pretty good job. So kudos to him for that. It's a clever idea. It certainly, like you said, is self-referential, and that's always something cool to see. And I could definitely see people wanting to have this in their base. I mean, I know when I'm out running roads and I see one of these babies, I immediately start thinking maybe I'll get a cleaver or a crossbow or something, and well, that's probably what I would keep in here as well. It'd be nice to have a box for tools. You know, we do actually have a mechanics toolbox, a large wood box, and that's something I use for putting tools in sometimes if I'm not using like a storage collection. But a small wood box will be perfect for some early game tool storage, and this really fits the bill. So it's highly rated. I would rate it highly myself. And I'm talking about Steam score now, but I wouldn't agree with that rating. This is a pretty cool one. So great job. Good luck.
All right, then.
Hopefully you have success.
We've shown off, as we said, many of the other top 10 rated skins, but there is the 10th one. It's on Mr. MICRØ's back. How about we whip it out? How about we take a look at it? So, if I could just quickly remind you, the layout, we've got Abyss Furnace, toolbox, and it's all of this comics. Diamond King Blackjack AR. So just remember all of that, people. And now we're going to go take a look at it in-game. So this was actually made by Odyssey, who is, of course, the person making Elite Crate. He seems to be taking a break before he makes his version 2 tier 2, correct? Right? Sure? Right, Odyssey? But yeah, not too wacky in terms of design, I guess. Well, actually, even... what are you talking about? It's got a pack of cards all over it. Hey, what else are they playing here? I don't see any consoles or PCs around here. All you can do is just play blackjack. So, yeah. And then we'll just go over to here, go into darkness. Very nice. Doesn't glow. And Mr. MICRØ, the last skin that we'll be showing off today. Hooray. No, I'm joking. Yep. So, I don't think we've seen many attempts with a card game. Like, what am I trying to say? Cards. Playing
cards.
Playing cards.
We did have actually a sheet metal door, the King metal door by Vase. That was from back in 2021, but this is not related. Yeah. And then it was only, I don't know, it was a few weeks ago. We saw like an Ace of Spades design on a door, I believe. Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. I do remember now. I'm going crazy, MICRØ. I've seen too many skins. That's the problem.
Yeah, that was Kelma Legends door from the end of February.
You are correct. I do remember that now. How have I? Well, let me put it this way: if this
have skin madness, Hedge.
I have.
It's pure madness at this point.
Here's the thing: when I learn of a new skin or whatever, like it pushes out all the knowledge of the old ones. Yeah, so. Oh well. Cool design. Wait, hang on a minute. The K's on the... Oh no, it's flipped, isn't it? Oh,
only in certain spots, but that's actually not unusual because playing cards do have one letter inverted so that it looks appropriate no matter which way you're holding it. So
yeah, you're right.
you could be playing off that design.
Yeah, all right. We'll let him have that. We'll let him have that. So, let's just make it night time. Get a good look at the design. I've spun around too much. My apologies, but get a good look at this. Yes, we're gonna get real up close. So, yep. If you want to move it more to your left, Mr. MICRØ, let's get a good side view. Yeah, perfect. And then from the other side, we can now get a good look at that as it gets shinier. Cool. So yeah, and then I'll keep following you. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this isn't trying to be super shiny, is it? It's not trying to be super flashy. It's got a core idea based on playing cards, and yeah.
And it's like a predominantly white overall color, so it kind of works with some of the lighter colored sets we have. It's not maybe a perfect match, but people do like to arrange their gear set according to the biome they're in. So if you're playing in the snow a lot, maybe this works for you.
You gotta know when to hold them. Know when to fold them.
Maybe you're a gambler.
That would be an awesome set, the Gambler. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's cool. I like it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another AK being accepted. Ha ha ha. Well, I mean, again, people like AKs. I think people would respectfully like that as well. It's a different approach, different design. This week we had a copper one. Now we got one all to do with the game of cards. What's your favourite card? Oh, why can't we have nice discussions without shooting each other? Fuck. You know what? I'm done. We showed off all the skins. I'm done. All right, this person keeps shooting me. He got abducted by aliens, and now he just wants to keep shooting me all the time. And unbelievable, you. Unbelievable. Well, in the meantime, gentlemen, if you like this AK, right, you can go to the workshop right now. You can show your support. You can offer a vote, yes or no, and you can consider offering a comment or two. If you like what you see, please consider showing your support. It's as simple as that. Mr. MICRØ, I think that's done. I think that's it. We did all of the skins. There's so many skins this week. We're done. We're done.
Yeah, we had a busy day today. A lot of stuff to go through. We appreciate your all's patience, and you could just fast forward through it if you want to see it again.
That's why I do chapters. If you want to see specific things, I do have chapters so people can see it all. But yeah, we went through all of the new skins that are accepted. We went through all the continuations, and we've just shown you the top rated skins, or rather the ones that you hadn't seen already. So, gentlemen, it's in your hands now. You can go ahead and you can vote for all of the things that you liked that are still in contention to potentially be accepted. And feel free to comment in the YouTube comments to say what was your favourite skin of the week, whether it's a skin that's been accepted or a skin that potentially could be accepted, continuations or top rated. You say. MICRØ, I'm out of breath. I really am going to I can't speak properly. Claps. We've been going on for 3.5 hours. Oh.
Breathe, Hedge. Breathe, Hedge.
I can't. I'm going to die. See you. Bye. Why'd you laugh at that? Oh, I'm going to die.